the smoke. Well done. Round of applause.
What a beautiful day and a backdrop. Welcome, patrons, to the one, the only Formula Drift. It begins here on the streets of Long Beach, the hallowed grounds that uphold Formula One, IndyCar, Champ Car, sports car racing, and for multiple years, Formula Drift. This purpose-built racetrack is being utilized before the Acura Grand Prix of Long Beach next weekend, but we've made a name for ourselves, and we're going to literally leave our mark. It begins here, and then a few months later, October, it ends here. We bookend 6 rounds in the middle with 2 pieces of bread of Long Beach sweetness on either side of it. Thank you so much for joining us here. We are going to be your tour guides. We're going to bring in some special guests, our field reporter, and of course, navigate you throughout the day. It begins with 32. It began yesterday with 33, and we'll get to that in a moment. Whittled down to 32. We'll have a halftime break, go from 16 to 8-4, and then we'll find out who comes out on top and who will lead the championship, leaving Long Beach going to where it all began in 2004, Road Atlanta. I'm Jared Deane. Joining me here is Jacob Gettins, my co-host, as well as host of the Outer Zone podcast for all of your Formula Drift and drifting insight. Thank you for joining us here once again, Jacob. The blue beanie, the teal toque, and down to get in the weeds. And I see the sticker over here. Talk to me about drifting. A certified drift nerd, and that's what we're going to do. The introduction of the digital scoring system alongside of our 3 judges. Let's take a look back at yesterday. What are your thoughts?
I mean, it was incredible. We've already seen the Wally system kind of change the way the drivers have to attack the course. You've got to go wide. You've got to get into those zones very, very early. We saw some drivers able to snap to it right away. A few more that are having to work on it. But the point spread all the way down, we're looking at half a point increments kind of through our top 5 drivers, and that shows just how tight it was. It's an incredibly unforgiving system, but once you figure out exactly what it wants and how it all works, it can be very rewarding.
It's, you know, the conversation has opened, the dialogue is there, and I feel like we keep giving, I don't like to use the word free, complimentary gifts. We're constantly progressing this sport. When you talk to racers, they scratch their head and they say a checkered flag, clocks, all that. This is subjective. So the introduction of digital has been in the works for a long time, and we feel like obviously we can refine it. It'll get better. It's this. We have to have a jumping off point, and that's where we're at. Admittedly, last night walked in to the race data labs, talking to the judges, all of that, and this is who came out on top. Utilizing the systems, and James Deane came out on top. But I'll tell you what, Jack Shanahan, Chris Forsberg, Ryan Tuerck, Adam LZ, that is kind of a normal top 5. Right. I would say outside of a Jack Shanahan, only I say that because he was like, I don't know if this thing's going to hold together. It was held together by T's and P's, talking about thoughts and prayers. But that BMW, less than 3-week build, less than 3 weeks he built that thing from start to finish. So a very admirable thing for him. But as we look at our head-to-head brackets, again, as far as the show run goes, 32, we'll have a halftime break. Then we go to 16. We don't stop till we give out our carbon fiber trophy. What are some of the battles that you're looking at? Obviously, James Deane, D-Mads, we know he's kind of been transparent about having some hurt issues, but what are some other battles?
Yeah, I mean, Connor Shanahan, Ken Gushi is going to be a really good one in Heat 3. Connor Shanahan's looking really good. Ken Gushi has been absolutely on form. Simon Olsen, Cody Buchanan. I mean, Simon, this is probably the best we've seen Simon in a long time. And Cody, of the rookies, came out swinging. He did so well. So, I mean, introduction to the sport. Here you go. There's Simon Olsen knocking on your door. So, I mean, there's so many, though. It's a really, really stacked top 32.
Yeah, and you know, all the rookies, you know, these drivers coming from prospect to pro, Cole Richards, Nate Chen, and Cody Buchanan. But let's take a look back at last year and where it all began here on the streets of Long Beach. And it was Frederick Aasbo who just says, you know what, I'm going to have a lot of fun this year. His attitude seemed to shift going from 24 to 25, and obviously evidence in getting on top of the box with the Rockstar cam in the hand.
Yeah, I mean, he went and became a much more aggressive driver than we've really seen. He got rid of a little bit of the precision just to kind of go at it, but I mean, and it showed, and he had some insane battles, especially there in Atlanta. 2-1 more times, absolutely epic. And then we move on to Orlando, which had some of the most insane battles we've ever seen in Castro, really coming to form again. But ultimately, I mean, you can see the tire fire kid himself right there, Hiro Minowa, just putting on an insane show.
Yeah, Hiroya Minowa, you know, it's the first family of drifting, let's call it what it is. Jonathan Castro, he did such a great job, but unfortunately, he got his first ever podium. Adam LZ in the rain and raining with Neft Vodka as now Jack Shanahan. It was an all-Irish final, which is so poetic. It's so cool. It's celebratory of Jack Shanahan, James Deane, who's obviously made a name for himself, and eventually it was James Deane. But in Seattle, Evergreen Speedway, Monroe specifically, Matt Field and James Deane went at it, and you know, a lot of eyeballs on Matt Field on does he have what it takes to be a champion? Always a bridesmaid and never a bride. Never get married to that big championship trophy. And then in Utah, we bid adieu to a venue that we are not revisiting, but obviously, you know, it made a mark in drifting history. So excited to see, you know, Utah. But then we made our way back to Long Beach after, again, another farewell of the House of Drift, Irwindale, California. And then it was Jack Shanahan's time to shine. Shining like a Shanahan, baby. Jack Shanahan wins our most recent round in Long Beach at, again, round 8, the Shoreline Showdown, a purpose-built, different track than what we see here because it just navigated, it wound through. As we take a look at our 8 stops of the Formula Drift Championship, 3 of which are brand new or revisiting different layouts. Obviously the city, Las Vegas, we've been there many moons ago, but Stafford, Connecticut and Indianapolis Raceway Park. And you could see Stafford, and I mean, look at the 3 new tracks. Yeah. They're all pro spec as well. So that's going to be interesting because, you know, within the 8 rounds, we have 4 rounds of the Link Engine Management Pro Spec Championship. So it's going to shake things up quite a bit. I'm excited. I obviously rode Atlanta. Everybody asked me which one. I've never been to one. Go to Atlanta. Yeah. A second close to me is Seattle. I love Monroe. But I'm excited to see what Connecticut, excited to see what Indy does. And of course, this bull ring in Las Vegas. It's been utilized by Hot Pit Auto Fest. There's a lot of unknowns this season. You know, one, the race data labs, educating you, educating us, educating the drivers. I mean, they need to know the criteria, and then new venues. Yeah, I believe it's the most amount of change we've seen in a single year between, you know, as you said, venues, even, you know, us now being on Racer, like massive, massive changes, all for the best of the sport. And yeah, super stoked that we get to be a part of this year because, man, it's so much to take in. Yeah, it's obviously really exciting to see, you know, the new cars, the new builds. Everybody's like, hey dude, good to see you, we're back, baby, we're back. And then once this round is over tonight at Pike Bar, or if we're over at Steady Brewing, you know, the official brewery of Formula Drift, that's when the gloves are off. So bringing in another member of our broadcast team. She's down there, and 2 New Hampshire lovely kids down there, Ryan Tuerck and Lorette Nickel. Down to you, Lorette.
Oh, well, gentlemen, I am so excited to be back in the streets of Long Beach and standing next to Ryan Tuerck. Any news you want to talk about? Well, guys, as you may have seen, this legend right here, he is wrapping up his career at Formula Drift. But we're still going to see you. Ryan, I feel like this is going to be an incredible season and a lot of opportunity for you. What would you like to say to the fans?
I just want to thank everybody who supported me throughout the last 20 years. I know I've probably went some generations of fan base, and you know, a lot of you guys are the people who kept me going in the sport and not really getting burnt out in certain situations and years where things were tough. So it's been a long ride, and I'm excited to see what's next for me outside of the sport, but I'm not really going to go that far. I'll still have a full-time motorsport schedule of driving, and I got a bunch of cool cars at the shop, so I want to utilize those and maybe get into some stage rally stuff and just explore a little bit and see what other things I can do and see what other things are out there as far as what I can get behind a wheel in.
Yeah. Was there a point maybe last year that led you to making this decision?
I don't know if there was a single moment, but I've been talking about it with my wife for probably a little over a year and just didn't really know what the right timing was. And then at the end of last year, you know, my wife was pregnant throughout the course of the year, and after we had our second son, Sonny, it kind of sealed the deal for me. And we had a great off season, or I had a very busy off season, but a great one. And our new boy is he's just so happy and full of life, and I really miss everybody at home. So I think that gets me a little more emotional. And that's kind of one of the other reasons why I decided I want to, be able to spend more time at home and curate my own schedule of events and be able to have a little bit more of a flexible schedule with motorsports.
Of course. Well, I think it's such a brave decision what you're doing, Ryan. And again, you are the epitome of a rad human on and off the track, and putting your family first is phenomenal. So we're going to see what you're going to do here in Long Beach. Jared, Jacob.
And of course, thank you, Ryan Tuerck, for all that you've done, not only in the Formula Drift world, but drifting world. And again, it's not goodbye, it's see you later. A little solemn there because he's just getting emotional about his kids. I get it. My kids are here in the building too. One's working, one's hanging out, taking photos. So regardless, it's about a celebration of life. Cars may have brought us together, but memories will last forever, and so do legends. So let's take a look back at Ryan Tuerck's career as we reflect. Again, it's not goodbye, it's see you later. Let's celebrate Ryan Tuerck here this year.
I'm going to say it's the end of the beginning, or the end of this chapter, and it'll be the second chapter of my motorsports life. It's been the longest one, 20 plus years in drifting. This is going to be my last full season in Formula Drift. It's crazy to think back on it. 20 years of doing something, you don't even think about it until you start looking at all the things that you have and have saved, and you forget half the things you did save, and that just keeps bringing back more and more memories as I go through more of it. It's been a pretty wild ride the last week or so. I'm combing through all that stuff and sharing memories. I'm not done drifting, of course. I'm just done with a full-time championship schedule. I'm still gonna have a full-time motorsports schedule, but I want to give myself time to do other things. I'm still an ambitious person, and I have other goals that I want to accomplish within motorsport, and I need to give myself time to do that. Taking this leap is definitely scary. It's something I've been doing for 20 plus years, and I just want to enjoy every moment of it this year with my family away from home at Formula Drift, the teams, the crews, the drivers, the staff at Formula Drift. I mean, I've known a lot of these people for 20 plus years. It's crazy to think about it like this and make the decision to actually stop competing full time. Yeah, it's scary, but I'm looking forward to seeing everybody and seeing the fans at every stop, just being able to drive against some of the best drivers in the world again. Yeah.
Vibe and live loud. This is what we are.
Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? There's an O'Reilly Auto Parts. Turn left, Tyler.
Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you don't want to do the repair yourself, we can recommend a shop for you.
Okay, Tyler, let's go fix your car.
Auto Parts.
We are getting the stage set. The drivers are getting prepped. They're getting fuel in the tanks, fresh tires out back, and we are about to throw down here on the streets of Long Beach. Not only we're celebrating Ryan Tuerck, later on we'll be celebrating Daijiro Yoshihara, Formula Drift champion that has been inducted into the Formula Drift Hall of Fame and also erected a Formula Drift Hall of Fame statue here in the shadow of the Long Beach Convention Center as we take a look at our next bets. Again, real money on FD. So please, again, refer to affiliated operators. So you can see, statistically speaking, everybody's saying James Deane, and that was different yesterday. Adam LZ was all the way up there. Now people are, taking notice. Obviously, Adam, unarguably one of the most popular drivers, just given all his content he makes. But Odie, Frederick, Jack, and look at Ryan Tuerck, part of the conversation. How insane, and again, I'll abuse this word, poetic. Ryan Tuerck winning a championship in his final season. I don't want to announce this, curse it, but yeah, that would be incredible. It's what everybody's thinking. It's what, like, even if you're thinking it, it's gonna be, it's gonna be part of the conversation. And that was bets as well. So you got fantasy and you do have betting. So both of them interchangeable if you don't, obviously like betting on it. So take a look. All right. This year's, again, judging format and utilization of our electronic judging system is complemented by a rotating judging panel. We have 4 judges, but 3 will be active at each round. This particular round, Vernon Zvanveld has sat out, but he is assisting the Race Data Labs with their UDSM, the Universal Drift Scoring Method. But when it comes to the actual judges, we got Reese Marin, he is in the building, Brian Eggert, and from Japan, Robbie Nishida. There they are, poised atop the tower. And again, this is tandem. This is the essence of drifting. So again, we are ready to see our head-to-head battle. Jacob, what are some storylines that maybe have unearthed, not only from off-season to round 1 qualifying, but even overnight?
Overnight, I think a big one would be Derek Madison. I got a bit more clarity on the story there. Speaking of, basically popped a head gasket yesterday in practice, got 1 practice lap, blew a hole through the side of the engine, took it to a seat repair shop that then welded it, and then they used a piece of glass and sandpaper to hand machine it back down. Stacked some head gaskets they borrowed from Rome, but they couldn't fit them all. It was crazy, but he's at the line. So
were you there?
I was in the pits watching all of it.
I feel like you threw a hand in there.
I definitely supervised and pointed, but yeah, that's about it. I'm invested, though. I'm invested.
Kim Jong-Jacob is pointing at things.
There you go.
There you go. All right, well, here is our first battle of our 2026 season, and what a way to start. Not only is he defending champion, but he is the first ever and only 5-time Formula Drift champion, James the Machine Deane, in his Pennzoil O'Reilly Auto Parts Mustang RTR Spec 5FD. D-Mads, Derek Madison, coil over Devo S. Chassis, chase him down. James Deane goes into that inside zone, number 2. Under the bridge, James Deane goes all the way out there. Derek Madison straightens up quite a bit. James Deane off to the races in the Pennzoil vehicle. O'Reilly Auto Parts as well. The luck of the Irish is on his side. And there it is. Pennzoil, the official motor oil of Formula Drift. Welcome to the party, Pennzoil. I know they've been partaking, but let's make it official and put a ring on it. Speaking of rings, looks like James Deane is 1 step closer to moving on to top 16.
Yeah, it looks like Derek Madison's still fighting with some issues. I know the supercharger is only making about 10 pounds of boost, which is under half of what it was. So I'm thinking that engine is as hurt as it's going to be, and we're already hearing that D-Mad's going to call a 5. So maybe they think they can repair it. But, you might as well give it a shot. You're in top 32. You're behind at this point. Let's give it a go and see what happens. But James Deane out of the gate looking real clean, hitting all the boxes, doing a great job. And right there, that's where Derek Madison basically shuts it down. Tries to kick the car back out, but it is not. It's not putting down the power. So hopefully they can get something fixed in 5 minutes. But yeah, why not give it a shot? You never know.
Yeah, you feel for Derek Madison. He just has these kind of gremlins that show up, and it's just obviously, again, really unfortunate given that we had the offseason come here. He's hopeful, and it looks like he's just going for it. He knows kind of the destiny and the fate here, and he knows who he's going against. So
yeah,
why delay maybe the inevitable?
You never give up. They didn't give up last night.
He did pull off, sorry.
Yeah, he didn't give up last night. He didn't give up this morning. Why give up now? That's my mentality on it. Take the 5, see what, maybe it's something small, you never know, and maybe something crazy happens with James. We've seen breakdowns happen before. Yeah, I don't know. I say use the 5 if you got it.
Yep. Okay, so Derek Madison will use that competition time out. He has a 5-minute allotment to fix his vehicle from once they get hands on it to firing it back up. And our Rockstar Energy Drink Top 32. Welcome back, Brazil's own Diego Higa in that 86, and Dan Burkett in his beautiful Mark IV Toyota Supra. Again, the style, the livery, all of it. Him and his wife do such a great job, fantastic job. We'd love to see it. Car always looks good, but always looks better atop the podium.
Yeah.
That's what he's going for. And Diego Higa seems like a lot more casual. I think he learned a lot. He took a season off. I think got the car refined, and it was looking good in qualifying. Let's see if he can stay consistent. As Dan Burkett initiates inside zone number 1 out to that number 3, and then bang, switches across tracks, bumper under the bridge into 4, escapes 5. Dan Burkett leading Diego Higa. Diego Higa goes shallow into 7, dives in on the inside. Dan Burkett takes it out. So again, going out to 5, Dan was very shallow. Diego Higa did a good job adapting to that shallower line, getting to 6. When Diego went to 6, he dove in on 7. Take a look at it again.
Yeah, right off the kick, Dan looks really good. He's collecting the zones quite well, getting out to the wall, lots of angle there. You can see a big rotation in, catches that wall, but unfortunately, I think there was just a small bit of contact in 4, and unfortunately it kicked him a little bit shallow and wasn't able to extend all the way out to 5, but does a great job of correcting through the rest of it. And Diego Higa in the chase is doing a great job of keeping the proximity without over committing at any point in time. The transition looks good, goes for the dive, maybe realizes that Dan's on a bit of a tighter line through this section, does a good job of adapting all the way through. And even here, I mean, cutting that bit of line just to make sure he's got the proximity. Yeah, great job from Higa in the chase, and Dan just a little too deep in that one spot, but you know, it's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, you could just tell when it completely disrupts the attitude of the vehicle or throws off that line, because a lot of these drivers, I mean, it is so just robotic, but at the same time, you have to do that impact. So you can tell, the judges can tell when they definitely get thrown off, and by no means are they judging themselves against themselves, meaning Dan Burkett, what you expect, where you're at, all the equity and all these things, but at the same time, you know what they're capable of. So now Diego Higa will get the clean air. Dan Burkett in his Super will chase him down. You can see the lights on either side. Once they extinguish, that's when they leave the start line. If your first time watching it, the chicane as they go through the corner, that gets them, so they are right there, door to door, wheel to wheel. Diego Higa initiates, gets to the outside zone. Really well done. He really dragged that bumper out there, getting into outside zone 4, going into 5. Diego Higa, yes sir, well done by Higa. Again, the Brazilian driver, Dan Burkett, he cuts in on the inside. Diego, really good execution on 5. I mean, that was blatantly obvious. You know, apples to apples. Higa, bam, that was massive.
Yeah, and one of the things we saw through practice and qualifying, and even if you look at the marks that are on the track, drivers are going wider than they've ever gone at this track. It's pretty crazy. Now, Higa does miss that inside zone, does a good job getting out to 3, out to 4, everything looks solid. Bit of a left foot brake there, that pushes the car out to 5, but he does a great job through 5, then has to get back on the power. Dan looks like he's closing the gap well. He gets in there, but unfortunately maybe just overcommits just a bit into 5. Maybe thought that Higa was gonna catch the wall. I know you and I both had a bit of a gasp there as he was heading towards zone 5, and maybe that's all it was, but I still really like Dan's chase. I like how committed he was through it. You can see Higa adding just a touch more angle coming out of 5, and that might have been what shook Dan in that section. Yeah, fun runs to get things going though.
Yeah, really, really good way to start. Again, just 1.5 battles in. Also, I want to send a shout out to somebody special. 27 years old, I believe he is, Mr. Dwight Tanaka. Dwight Tanaka, an absolute institution of the Long Beach Grand Prix Association. Happy birthday, buddy, 27 years old. As Diego Higa gets the win, he's gonna celebrate alongside Dwight Tanaka and Diego. Again, outside zone 5, the way he navigated going 5 into 5 and then out of 6, just the mistakes. You know, Dan was shallow there, so apples to apples. Was that what got it done for you in your mind?
Yeah. I think, you look at all of the zones. Higa did miss the inside zone at the very beginning, but he does a really, really good job at 5. And then when we start to look at the chases, Higa was there pretty much the whole time. Another fun one, another one that I was definitely looking forward to.
Yeah, you were anticipating this one.
Yeah. Connor Shanahan, Ken Gushi, both of them very much seem on form. Connor Shanahan has very much adapted that 8.6, and Ken Gushi just, in practice, he's a driver that back in the day when we really put a big emphasis on angle and stylish runs, he did quite well. So see how it goes now.
Let's see if he can deliver. Look at the 286 as the nose in, and Connor Shanahan gets out there. He works it all the way out. I mean, talk about jumping into a vehicle and being so familiar with it. Shanahan showing you why he's a champion, but Gushi right there, a veteran, the OG original Gushi, gets into the wall. Some bumpers were tapped. Let's take a look. So we, again, love the Justin Smash angle, but Aaron Jesse, he's got that static overhead. That's the drone angle I'm really wanting to look at. Gushi was definitely applying the pressure. He was right there everywhere Connor was going. Connor was placing his car properly, like I was giving him his flowers. Connor jumping in this car, knowing he could trust the build. He knows the chassis in itself. Overall, I mean, as far as the only thing I think is different, it would be the engine setup, because I know Connor loves the 2J, this being a VR, the Nissan motor. Let's take a look at it again.
Yeah, everything looks really good. Ken's on it here through the chase. You can see how tight that transition is. That's become commonplace now, and Ken does a great job of it, but through here, Connor starts to really add angle and then goes to snap. Ooh, now here's the question. Did Connor shut down before that transition? Because it looked like he was slowing a bit before that spot. Now, I mean, the one argument's going to be Ken should have backed out to allow Connor to transition around, but I'm wondering if maybe something happened with Connor's car. Let's watch for the smoke trail. It's the big indicator. It's a lot of smoke. It's tough to say. I think if we see Connor decelling in that area, that would indicate.
Let's get into, regardless of slowing or speeding, what the lead car has control of the run.
Right.
The chase car's job is to give way to the lead car. So the question is, and again, depending on what the attitude of the car was, either Gushi was too aggressive or Connor slowed down. Regardless, Gushi would need to give way to Connor Shanahan in that transition, because he would transfer over. So when he went to go snap to his left side into the wall, he hit it, and he hit Ken.
Yeah. I mean, those are the two scenarios. One is that Connor was going to transition, Ken was in the wrong spot, he was caught on the wrong side of the transition, or Connor had some sort of mechanical and Ken was expecting Connor to be faster through there. I can't tell from here to say one way or another, and it's not like it's not like Connor's going to be like, yeah, no, the car broke down and that's what's going on. At this point, I'm looking around trying to figure out if there's any other info, but no one's giving me anything.
Race Data Labs, we are utilizing still, again, the technology and obviously all of the sensors on the vehicle, so we're going to be able to see decel areas. So we'll see, again, the Race Data Labs universal drift scoring method. We still are utilizing the telemetry on the vehicle, so obviously I hope the judges are utilizing that. But so again, we talked about the scenarios. Connor having an issue, or was Gushi too aggressive? It sounds like you just heard from Chris Yule up here in the judges booth. Yeah.
It sounds like Gushi is at fault for that accident. He was on the wrong side during that transition. He should have tucked back, and we'll take another look at it here. So Gushi, I mean, you can see how aggressive he knows he needs to be on that first transition. Through here, Connor's coming around. We're just slowing the camera down. It's not the actual speed of the run.
A little contact there.
Yeah, but Ken needed to have backed off well before there to allow Connor to come around. That is a spot that you're expected to transition, and Connor was going for it. So
yeah. Unfortunate for Ken Gushi. He is at fault. He knows who he's going against. He knows what he's capable of. Talking about Connor Shanahan, he does have an advantage after the first portion of this battle. Little cleanup here on aisle 6. I don't know, 6, 7. I don't know. We'll see. When we come back, more Formula Drift action here on the streets of Long Beach.
Working on cars, there's a lot of things that can get you. A lot of little reminders from over the years. Fast Orange antibacterial kills 99% of germs that cause infection, and it has the strongest grease fighting formula in the Fast Orange lineup. This is our go-to at the shop. Citrus power, antibacterial protection, and grease fighter in one bottle. Fast Orange antibacterial hand cleaner.
それは国境を越えて時代やメーカーを超えて趣味嗜好すらも超えて車を愛する人たちをつなぐもの、つなぐ感情、 レイス。
We are back, and we are getting Connor Shanahan towed off the track, and that's kind of insult to injury. I mean, obviously he does have an advantage. Jerry Yang, they are a busy team this year. I mean, they have quite a few vehicles, nothing that they're unfamiliar with, unfamiliar territory. And we know Jerry Yang, he's very capable of building a car. Fortunately for him, Hiroya Minowa, you know, doing a limited season this year. I would say, you know, if Hiroya was doing a full season here in 2026, he would be a real threat for the championship.
Yeah, there's no doubt there at all. And
we'll never know.
Have we ever seen a 4-car team before? Like, Jerry's got a lot of work. 4 cars.
Got a lot of work. Speaking of a lot of work, welcome back, Brazilian's own Diego Higa. He's with the beautiful Lorette Nickel.
Thank you guys so very much. Diego, incredible job moving forward. You think that there's 3 steps to Formula Drift, and how proud are you of those 3 steps that you just made?
Yeah, for me, stay here is super hard. And I said for everybody, FD for me, I consider it a 3-step. The first one is a qualify. The second one is top 32. And now I just will go to the top 16. I'm so happy about that.
Amazing. And any word to your home country?
Like I'm Brazilian?
Yep.
Ok. Todos os brasileiros que estão assistindo, muito obrigado pela torcida, obrigado pelo apoio que vocês sempre me dão nas redes sociais. Estamos gravando conteúdo, vamos continuar gravando. E muito obrigado. Vai, Brasil, vamos embora.
Diego, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
Gentlemen.
The Brazilian fans are just so supportive of the Brazilian athletes. We have a mutual friend, Leticia Bafani, you know, Olympic skateboarder, X-Games skateboarder, and Brazil just flies their flag so proudly. So excited to have Diego back.
Yeah, very excited, very excited. And I think just every other country, you gotta step up the support. You know, that's it. You know.
Yeah, where are we at? Where's my DR at? Where's, you know, obviously Ireland. I'm not challenging you. I'm sorry. You guys
challenge Ireland.
There's definitely something in the water there. So, all right. So Derek Madison, you know, calling that competition timeout. Jacob, you're pretty familiar with what's going on here, but little gremlins, little things. We got a spotter, and he's just giving the old shrug.
Spotter's got no idea, or he just doesn't want to tell me. One of the two. No? All right, cool. I got the salute.
He saluted us.
It's just going to send it. Okay. That's all it is.
All right, cool. Well, Captain Party Shirt over here is just setting the sail on the second run. Now, keep in mind, where is James Deane at? He's got to kind of tread lightly, given that, like, okay, well, I just saw what you did. His spotter, you know, Scott, who I know has set up his car to win a championship, he's gonna be like, hey, dude, just FYI, you know you got a damaged car in front of you. Oh, and there we go. Yeah, and that's exactly, yeah. So at this point, James Deane, this is a little bit of a victory, half of the lap. So James Deane will get the victory. That's a little frustrating, I'm sure, just, you know, going in. I saw, you know, D-Mads throw his hand up. Don't know if he was like, oh, why did he hit me? But, I mean, again, he's got a cough, dude. If you're sick, stay at home.
I think he was trying to put his hand out maybe to warn James Deane that the car was shutting down. You can see just not a lot of smoke. He's trying. He's pedaling the car.
Yeah, you saw him. He's like, no!
Yeah.
Go the other way. Go, turn around.
Yeah, go around.
Out of the way.
Yeah, he knew. I mean, it's tough. I think there's an argument to be made that, you know, the car's damaged. Don't go out there and risk somebody else's car. But there's also the argument to be made that, like, just give it a shot. And there's the beautiful air of Derek Madison.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Whoa, save some for the rest of us.
There is some fluid on the ground. That is not fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it is just water, but we're going to make it official here. And I think, to no surprise, James Deane gets the win.
James Deane gets the win. Congratulations. James moves on into the top 16. Congratulations, as we will, again, have another track cleanup here as we got, like you said, those fluids. Hopefully it's water. I know, don't need to run antifreeze, so hopefully that's not there, but we'll see if it's oil. But overall, yeah, I think it was. D-Mat's going like, hold on, no.
Yeah, please.
Oh, because you saw it happen.
Well, he started to pick up a bit of pace there right before it shut down, and I'm wondering if James saw that.
Sorry, real quick, look at Shanahan's car. That front
wow.
left.
Yeah.
That was a lot more damage than we anticipated.
Well, he caught the back end, Gushi caught his back end, and that spun the front end in. And yeah, you can see that corner is pretty messed up. Now, the upside is they'll probably unbolt the whole thing. They're going to get an extra 5 for this available. So they do have some time, and I've seen the Jerry Yang group do a lot more work with a lot less time.
Good, very, very valid point. And Connor Shanahan, he's one of those dudes that gets hands on the car as well. I mean, as do all the drivers, but Connor's one of those dudes. He is definitely throwing it down. Sorry, D-Mads.
Sorry,
okay,
buddy.
Boy. It's a tough break there for Coilover Depot.
We got to get him a conditioner
sponsor.
Oh, dude. Someone, anyone.
Pantene or Range Essentials.
Yeah.
We could get
mane and tail.
Ooh, dang, man.
Yeah.
Look at
that Strom wheel took
a hit. Strom wheel took a hit. Seen better days. Yeah, that was definitely a hard hit. As we are getting our safety.
Yeah, it looks like, the Shanahan father is there, so now we just need to be worried that they're not going to flip the whole car on its side in typical Shanahan fashion.
The island lift, the Irish car lift?
Have you ever seen that?
Oh, yeah.
Flip the whole thing over on a wheel. They told me it's incredibly stable if you do it correct, but I don't know. And, his dad, if there's a hammer nearby, he will pick it up and start beating on stuff to get that car back on track. And you can see the stress of Connor. But I got all the faith in the world that Jerry Yang Camp will be able to get that car back out.
It's just it's something in racing, if it's Baja 1000 or Formula One or if it's Formula Drift, it's not sometimes the $1,500 part, it's the 15-cent part that'll cause the issue. It's maybe a faster, some things, but man, we got a lot of carnage going down. We got fluids out here on the track. We got carts broken down. But, O'Reilly Auto Parts, such a great supporter of Formula Drift. So let's take a short break as we clean up the track, see what's going on with the Irish driver in the pits. Party continues here in Long Beach.
Check this out, it's 2026. We're here at Formula Drift Long Beach, and it is another year of the O'Reilly Auto Part Random Part Challenge. And of course, I had to go with my crew chief, Carlos Calderon, the first. Carlos?
Hopefully I get this.
What is that? You gotta dig into it yourself, dude.
It's a box.
He wins!
It's a box. It's gotta be a sensor in here, I hope. Okay. Okay. Washer fluid reservoir.
Oh, it's blue, right? Is
yeah. But see, usually there's like a little floater on it. I'm still gonna say washer fluid reservoir level sensor.
I second that because I haven't seen this yet either.
Yeah,
so.
dog.
I won it. Did he win?
Really?
Really
dude, that was
We don't work on stock cars.
Yeah, come on. All
hey,
right.
nicely done, dude. You nailed it. Way to start it off, buddy.
I know some stuff.
Yeah, he knows about stuff.
Yeah.
This is JC from O'Reilly. JC.
Yes.
Can you tell me what that is?
It looks like something that is in my toilet, maybe.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna give you a little bit of a hint. This is a part for a car. But I love that. She's just like anything, worldwide. Our next victim, Brandon Sorensen, for our 2026 O'Reilly Auto Part Random Part Challenge. What that is?
2 wires, a sensor of some sort.
Correct.
It's got holes in it, maybe some sort of map sensor. Level.
Yeah. For the real important stuff that our race cars never have.
Oil level?
Oh, it's this side, isn't it? It's like a
transmission?
Windshield washer.
Windshield washer.
level. Off of actually our car, a BMW E46.
I've never seen one of these things in my life.
I know, this is the stuff that we don't play with at all, but thank you.
All right, I failed.
Our next victim for the O'Reilly Auto Part Random Part Challenge, Derek Madison. What that is?
We're gonna go with a coolant level sensor.
Dude, nicely done. Close. Damn it. Washer fluid level sensor.
Same thing.
I'd consider that a win. I consider that a win.
This is kind of cheating. I ran at O'Reilly's for like 8 years, so.
Daddy, chill.
Come on.
It's a microphone.
Microphone. This guy's never interneted before ever in his life. Greg, we're doing the 2026 O'Reilly Auto Part Random Part Challenge.
Oh, I love these. I love these.
What is that?
It's not a part, first off. You handed me something really stupid. This goes to a light bulb. But it doesn't light up, it doesn't work.
Greg wins, kinda. It's actually a fluid level sensor.
Oh,
it's windshield washer fluid level sensor. Guess the car.
Saab 9.3.
Dude, nobody's ever guessed that before. That's fantastic.
Wild.
Also goes in airplanes and road vehicles. No.
Universal tool, and you can put it straight in your headlight if you want to. Put 12 volts on it. Was it close? Was I close? Was it a Saab 9.3?
BMW E46.
Oh.
I know. That's a little bit brutal, right?
I think you're gonna give me a good one, an easy one.
None of them are easy.
At the limit, performance tells the truth. From the drift track to off-road to the open road, Kenda engineers its tires where failure is not an option. Vezda Performance, Cleaver all-terrain. One engineering standard, professional grade. From the podium to the pavement. Kenda, find your retailer at kendatire.com.
Through this lens, I catch details others might pass right by. Some might see a car. I see tuners taking care of what they love. The care poured into every engine. The trust in Pennzoil to keep it running strong. This moment, these drivers, the machine under this hood, that's what lasts.
Engine protection for the lifetime of your vehicle. Pennzoil, long may we drive. Available at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts.
With the Canon ImageProGraph Pro 1100 professional photo printer, my images come alive in print. What I see through my lens is what you see on the wall. Vivid, detailed, and accurate.
Something has awakened. The horsepower and torque you always knew was there. Just waiting to make every drive thrilling. Track tested, off-road proven, performance for everything you drive. Drive better with K&N.
BC Forged Wheels, custom built per order, offering extensive design, finish, and machining options. Strength, style, and precision come standard. Track proven, street ready. BC Forged, proud sponsor of Formula Drift 2026.
What's up, everyone? Bongen Jr. here. We are in the streets of Long Beach for Formula Drift Round 1, the 2026 season. And I'm about to talk to you about what I believe to be the most important part of the track here in Long Beach. We're standing out in front of what is outer zone number 1. This is where all of the patience, all of the line comes together to make it happen, to connect the rest of the course. When you are in the lead, it is very important that you hit your mark in this zone and get your timing right to transition out into outer zone 2. So in the chase, it's extremely important to come out of turn 1 with a little bit of patience so that you can run the same line that you would run in the lead. If you get greedy and are too tight on the door and they bobble or they are a little bit slow leading, you will get caught up and you will end up shallow. So in my opinion, this is the most important place of the track, and the rest just flows when you nail it. This has been your BC Racing Clip Tip. Whoa!
see there's a ton of work going on. Connor Shanahan's car right now, the front corner. Connor has his hands into the car. His brother Jack is in the rear of the car. A lot of welding going on, suspension damage. Arms are broken off of the car. Connor, can you have a word with us and tell us the damage that the car sustained?
Oh, a lot. The car is pretty much total, to be honest. So the team, if they pull this off, they're going to try. I've got my brother and all the team with me who I can have the best chances. But for sure, emotional hit. Put so much work into this event from the start to the finish. Me and my spotter have really been trying to get the best result, and I finally felt like we're back at our best in FD, and everything was looking good. So it would be a pity to go out like this, especially when it's not our problem. But we'll do our best. I know I got a good team, and there's still lots of positives to take from this weekend. Jury has done an incredible job, and I'm honored to drive with this team. It's the best I've ever driven in FD. I feel so good, and I think for sure we could be in a championship race if this goes to plan.
Okay. Fingers crossed for you, Connor. Thank you very much.
Lorette, and thank you, Connor. A little dramatic there. He says totaled, weld. I mean, I'm here the welders, but
They'll figure it out. Well, what
you said, you know what you said? Do you remember? I have a no doubt in my mind that Jerry Yang's going to get this car back together.
I still got no doubt in my mind. They got 4:45 when we checked in last. They've still got another 5 minutes on top of that, so they can work some magic. But yeah, you can see how Ken Gushi got caught on the inside, and Ken's trying to slow down. The smoke starts to disappear. He gets on the brakes. Unfortunately, he's just overcommitted too far on the inside. And when Connor comes around, it catches the back end of it and then slams the front end. Got the data from Race Data Labs. He hit the wall doing about 35 miles an hour, which is, I mean, that's enough just to make a single point of contact on that front wheel. So we'll see how this all plays out. It looks like they're into the front right as well. Which is concerning. Maybe just change it. No,
change the tire. I mean, that front left. What gets really hypercritical there is like when it pushes back the suspension. Like, and a lot of those arms are, they're not nimble, but basically they are kind of meant to break and take some attrition and take some hits. But there's that fine line. But overall, and there it is. Let's make it official. James Deane gets the win. James Deane gets the win, advancing on past D-Mads, but totaled.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think it's totaled. I mean, that corner is. The corner is definitely totaled. The big thing is sometimes it's easier just to replace the whole corner than it is to try and go pieces, because bolts get bent. You try to unbolt one arm, that it's stripped out or it's crooked or whatever. Most of these teams now, they will drop the whole corner. It looked like they were trying to get a wheel back on, so I'm not sure what they're trying to weld back in there. It could be the front subframe crack.
Yeah, we got Drift HQ guys. Look at Connor. Connor jumping in the car. They don't want to use a competition timeout because they do have a 10-minute allotment because of the contact, and Gushi's at fault. So, but the extra 5 minutes, it would cut into their one and only competition timeout. Here we are early in 32 if they have an issue, because think about this. If they just make a decent run, he's in chase, Gushi's at fault, right? So he has a major advantage. If he just gets it out there on course and does a decent run, he has time from now to 16. He's got a really ample amount of time to get the car totally up to snuff in order to do competition 16. So why utilize that comp timeout strategy coming into play here?
Yeah, if you don't have to burn that 5, don't do it. And I mean, realistically, worst case scenario, let's say the car isn't great, and they go back out, and then they end up, let's say Connor spins out or something happens, then they go to a one more time. So now they've got free time again to fix it before the next battle. True. So listen, the Jerry Yang crew is incredibly smart. And then you've got also the minds of the Shanahans, the Shanahan father, who's been around drifting forever as well. Like there's a
Hero's
lot of
dad. Look at Hero's dad. I mean, you got a full on.
Yeah, you've got everybody, and as you saw,
Mom,
I saw some Drift HQ shirts in there. Like it's, and this is the best part about drifting too, is everybody in that paddock wants to see you get back out there. I bet you if Ken's guys had the free time, they would be trying to get him out there as well, because it's nobody wants to win by someone not being able to make it to the line.
Yep.
No one's happy about that.
Yeah, so. No, you want to see a fair competition. So and with the Yang camp operating 3 vehicles between Hiroya, Shanahan, and Nate Chen,
and Wataru, they got 4.
Wataru Masuyama. So they have 4. I apologize, but 3.5 for the season again, given Hiroya. So, and again, ideally it seems like I haven't seen the clock. Maybe we can pan over and see where it's at. Lorette, the fervor down there, are they trying to beat the 10-minute clock so they don't have to use their comp timeout?
Yeah, Jared, I think that's exactly what's happening.
Yep,
The clock is
20
at 22 seconds, so Eric the welder was just asked to come to the front. He's now on the ground welding. I don't know what was cracked, but Eric is welding. You can hear everything happening. There's 10 seconds left. Connor just jumped in the car, so if they... No, all right, so it looks like everyone is trying to calm down. Oh my gosh, the car is still up on jacks, so the entire team is screaming right now. There's still 5 more minutes. So I think there might be a little bit of a lull. Everyone can take a bit of a breather. They're still working super hard, really quick, very smart as well. But the 5-minute has now been put on the clock. Yeah. And it looks like 4 minutes have been on the clock. I'm going to talk to Kevin Wells. Kevin, are you running the 5? Okay, on Kevin Wells' phone, he's running the 5-minute competition timeout. So conversation is still happening between all the team members. It looks like everyone's taking a breath. Connor is in the car, and welding is still happening on the front left corner of the car.
Hey, Lorette, just to confirm, so he used the 10-minute competition timeout, and now, so the 10-minute allotment, but now the 5 means that they are using their one and only comp timeout.
Yes, sir, exactly that. So now the clock is running. We're at 3:57.
Got it. Thank you so much. So yeah, maybe they weren't fully aware that they were in their 10-minute, you know, I don't want to call it courtesy, but just again that 10-minute allotment because of the contact. As we are still here cleaning up all the fluids there from Derek Madison. Hey, be sure at the halftime show. I know I'm going to head over and have an interview with Chris Forsberg and Matt Field over the K&N booth, and sign up and win a Moto Compacto. K&N, the official filter of Formula Drift. So I'm going to be heading over there. What are you doing during the halftime break, Jacob?
I got a few things. Or a little meet up from the Outer Zone Discord community. We're going to kind of hang out, catch up with them. So yeah, should be good. Should be good. Then float around the pits a little bit.
Nice. All right. So as we can, you can see here. So James Deane, Diego Higa, we are 2 battles into our 32, meaning that we have 2 victors. So Ireland and Brazil, James Deane and Diego Higa. And James Deane, what a season he had last year. Just an absolute weapon, showing you why he is just the best drifter in the world. I mean, he's won in his home country, he's won around the world, he's won in Oman, he's won in Europe, and he is definitely dominant here in the States. 5-time champion, back-to-back, 24, 25. Previous to that, pre-COVID. Can he do it again?
Yeah, it's completely possible. I mean, I don't want to put the cart before the horse and think too early, but there's nothing slowing him down. There's no reason why he couldn't, other than we have crazy competitions. We have drivers in new cars. Bakchis looks incredible in that 8.6. Brian Tuerck, I mean, we talk about him being one of the greatest drivers to never win a championship. This is his last shot, and having that as a motivator is pretty wild. Frederick Aasbo looks incredible. We had that kind of crazy Freddy there for a little bit. He's dialed it back again, and that robotic state seems to be doing quite well for him. And then, I mean, honestly, Adam LZ, I don't think you can take him out of the conversation. He was the highest ranked American driver last year. He's only getting better, possibly has the highest horsepower and the fastest car on track. And a team that's very young, they're ambitious, they're hungry, they want to do some interesting stuff, and they're willing to try things that a lot of teams haven't tried when it comes to car setup. But it looks like we got a car rolling, so that's a great step.
Sign. And bringing up Adam LZ, you know, he's obviously notoriously has, again, just a ravenous fan base. They love what he does from content, all these things. And you know, you look at his career path, S15 to the Mustang, gets his first ever victory, right? And then he does it in his own car in Orlando last year. That was a big thing for Adam LZ. So Lorette, what's going on? The car was rolling, but what's up?
Yeah, exactly that, Jared. The car was rolling, and Jack, oh guys.
Not looking good?
No. Connor's getting out of the car. Jack,
so
could you oh no, it's an arm. AJ, come here. Can you get a shot of this right here? Jack, sorry for your brother.
Shoot.
What do you think happened there?
Yeah, so we just got everything back together, and the inner tread on the track rod from the impact of the wall had pulled out, and we didn't realize until we had the car back in the ground to adjust the tow. So then we try weld it together, but the extra heat is after making the ball joint pop, and because now it's welded to the steering rack, we can't change in time because there's only 25 seconds left. So we tried. It's basically back together, which is disappointing. But yeah, that's not a good start for Conor because I feel like he was probably the man to beat this weekend, which is unfortunate. So yeah, just have to reset, I guess, and come back in Atlanta harder.
Jack, thank you for the words, and Conor obviously needs some time to breathe and have some space, so I'm going to allow that, but maybe we can get a word with him a little bit later, guys.
Thank you, Lorette. Yeah, definitely disheartening. You could hear the confidence in his voice talking about, hey, once we get this car back, it's nothing but success. He knows what he's capable of. He feels so confident in that car. You feel for him. You feel for him. Conor, we know that you're talented, and you just see it break right there. The other scenario here is also in regards to competition. There it is. You see it just pop off.
Yeah.
I believe that, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that Conor could very well get the victory because of the contact of Gushi to him and causing that, and the injury sustained to the vehicle, not able to. We'll cut into that, but I believe Conor could move on, but he wouldn't obviously advance on from the 16. So it would basically be a bye for the victor of the Simon Olsen Cody Buchanan battle.
Yeah, I want to get some clarity on it, but yeah, unfortunately not able to make it to the line, so not able to compete given the time frame. So possibly be able to pick up the points, but. Yeah, now he's got a bit of a wait before the next round and reset, and it's that's unfortunately that's drifting. That's how the sport goes. So yeah, Jack's partner there, Corey, consoling Conor in a really tough time and a terrible way to start the season for him.
Yeah, that's definitely unfortunate for the Shanahan family and Conor specifically. And again, such a talented driver. All right, looks like the track has been cleaned up. Unfortunate thing for Conor Shanahan, but we'll find out as this event unfolds before our eyes here on the streets of Long Beach.
Drifting is not just a sport, it's culture, it's in our blood.
Here we go, Andy Hateley. Oh, he is riding that tire right on that white line.
Tires are what we live and breathe in Formula D. We couldn't do this without them.
Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel is giving away a Maserati Thursdays in October. Play all month long for a chance to take home an elegant and powerful Italian sports car. Details at Yamava.com. Must be 21 to enter. Please gamble responsibly.
Yamava Resort and Casino at San Manuel. You in?
Adam LZ here to tell you that Motorsports is taking me just about everywhere. And no matter the scenario, Link ECU is the answer. The flexibility Link gives me for drifting, the precision I need on track, the durability to handle off the track, and the reliability you want in a daily driver. Even when pushing an entire motorsport to a bigger level, Link ECU has been with me every step of the way.
Conor, your heart, your soul goes into everything that you do, and especially with this build. I'm so sorry for how this ended up for you. How do you even put this moment into words and what you're feeling?
Yeah, it sucks. I finally thought it was over. Went through a rough time to get back to this stage, and yeah, we drove hard this weekend, put so much work in, and finally felt at home with Very Young Racing, and I feel like we were the best car on track from very early in practice right to the end of yesterday, and the same today. But you know, there's positives also. I know that I finally found the team that I want to drive for. You know, I know that we can go on to win good things together. Jerry has built a great race car, and you know, there's times that it's hard, but there's times that I also love drifting, you know, sitting in the car and you got all your competitor teams trying to help you. And we actually almost made it, only a tie rod pulled out as I drove out. But, you know, thanks to all the teams, to my brother and his team coming, and of course, Jerry Yang Racing, these guys never give up and they've built me an incredible race car. It sucks that we get taken out with a mistake like a chase car like that. Kind of feels wrong in a way. I feel like, you know, we should advance enough, but that's obviously the rules of the sport. But I'll be back, and I know for sure that this is the year, and even though it might not have started how I wanted to start it, I'll be back to try claim what's mine, what I've always wanted.
There you go. Jared, I'm sure you can hear the confidence in Connor's voice and looking forward to seeing what he can do in Atlanta.
Man, Connor, you should be so proud, man. Again, you win before you show up, obviously the trophy. So round of applause for Connor Shanahan and his team trying to get the car back together. They were right there, but as his brother said, Jack, his big bro, said, unfortunately, we can't change the steering rack, don't have the time. So let's move on to our next battle. We'll tell you how that unfolds. Simon Olsen and Cody Buchanan. Welcome to Pro, Mr. Cody Buchanan and Simon Olsen. He had some motor issues the other night as well, so hopefully he's running up to snuff. But right now, no issues whatsoever for Simon. Gets out to the outside zone 5, and it's those last 2 zones. Nails it, both of them. That reboot Nissan Z of Cody Buchanan, again, going from Pro Spec to Pro. That is his Pro Spec car. I'm sure he's made some refinement to level up. And let's take a look at it here once again, Jacob.
Yeah, very solid from both drivers who, I mean, we don't talk about it enough. They just had to chill for the last 15 minutes like all of us, getting ready for this battle and get that adrenaline dump, but not phased from either driver. Simon Olsen having to use that left foot brake. You can see the puff of smoke coming out from the front wheel, just massaging that car to get into all the zones. And Cody Buchanan in the chase looks solid. I mean, he's come out and he's driving with a ton of confidence. I'm very, very impressed with how he's debuted himself in Pro. But yeah, both drivers are looking very clean through the whole thing. Like I said, a couple of corrections here and there, but all in all, just a very solid run from both drivers who've had to chill out for the last little bit while we get these cleanups done and check in on everything. That's one of the hardest parts about this sport is, you know, sit and wait and then now go be perfect.
Get iced. I mean, you see it in football, right? American football, like, call a timeout. Homeboys got iced for 15 minutes. You said, oh, they're chilling just like us. We're not behind the wheel of a 1,000 horsepower car ready to do battle with a competitor with unforgiving walls in a 1,000 horsepower vehicle.
Yeah.
Not like us.
And in the heat and in a race suit, you know, it's tough.
Yeah,
you're strapped in, you think you're ready to go. It's a rough go.
Beautiful weather, by the way. Absolutely ideal. I mean, it looks like Toy Story wallpaper here, the blue with the clouds off in the background, and you know, here we are on Shoreline. Next weekend will be the Long Beach Grand Prix. Shout out to Jim Lau, the new president of the association, as Cody Buchanan and that reboot Nissan Z wide open goes into that 3rd outside zone, gets out there and just nice. I mean, that's really good placement by this Formula Drift Pro rookie. He taps that outside zone 5 and going into the final 2. Look at the angle from Cody Buchanan. Simon had to dive in. He took a little angle on. Look at this.
I know.
Cody Buchanan, again, a pro rookie, making the jump from Pro Spec to Pro. He's the champion from last year in Pro Spec, and he jumps up to join the conversation, and rightfully so, showing you why he needs to be here, why he should be here, and why he might take this thing.
Yeah, this is. I mean, Simon Olsen, I'd be a little nervous on this one because Cody Buchanan looks fantastic on this run. Maybe a slight hesitation on initiation, but look at how he's filling these zones. He's got his bumper right to the wall on everything. Pretty good checkup before that, but they're allowed to decel through that section. But listen, if you would have started this weekend and said, hey, Cody Buchanan is going to absolutely take it to Simon Olsen right off the bat, I would have doubted you, honestly. But man, he's shutting up a lot of people right now, that's for sure. Yeah. Wow, Cody Buchanan, great job. Simon Olsen in the chase, though, I mean, it's solid. There's nothing like major notes in this. I mean, he came in pretty hot through that 2nd inside zone, had to check up pretty hard, but all things considered, it's a great chase from Simon Olsen. He gave Cody a bit of room off the beginning, which rightfully so. Why
do you say rightfully so?
Same thing. You've got a rookie coming in, first round. You don't know what they're going to be like. Cody's driving in practice was a little inconsistent. It looked good at times, but it wasn't like every run was a heater. It was, you know, pockets of glory here and there. So I think Simon stayed back, wanted to make sure he got that launch out. Simon's setup is great. He could shoot in. I think it's the right strategy. But man, yeah, Cody looked great.
Oh, here we are. Let's say it for the first time this year. The BC Racing Go for Gold custom coilers side by side.
Yeah, so first zones look good. Maybe Simon missed that inside zone just a bit. Cody did a bit better of a job through there. As we take a look at our proximity, Cody's a little bit tighter through a lot of it, but I will say he's got a lot more wavering in his run. He's making a lot more adjustments. He's having to feed the wheel back and forth, and that's both in the lead and chase. So that does play a factor in it as well. But when we look zone to zone, he might have the advantage in it. It's going to be a tough call either way.
I got to play devil's advocate with you. There was some wavering there because I think he was applying more pressure. I think he had more proximity, so he was risking a little bit more, which allowed him to do the wavering. I'm not saying you're wrong, not saying I'm right, but that's kind of where I'm at. I think that, Simon gave, and like you said, gave him that rookie respect.
Right.
And gave him that bubble to say, like, hey, dude, sorry, haven't driven a lot together. Let's just give you that room. And that might have ended up hurting him in that situation. Simon, I think, again, just given what he's gone through, obviously livery looks good, but I know Wednesday night at the Type S Night Lights, he drove his vehicle back, and they swapped out the motor. So they've been working hard. I know he's very capable. Again, and I like that Cody made the jump to pro. He's shown you why he's here. Regardless of outcome, he should definitely hold his head high. He might even hold it higher because he might take out Simon Olsen here in 32, and this is just a trend of things to come from previous seasons and now coming to 26. Very capable drivers. The builds are all of the same caliber nowadays. Like, it's just insane. So here we go. Slide him left for Olsen, right for Buchanan, one more time. So you know what? This and that's why, you were talking about Simon and this, and I'm talking about Cody, and that's where you land on saying, like, okay, let's, one more time. So the judges, again, talking about Reese, talking about Brian, and talking about Robbie, they said, look, there were factors, and Jacob, our discussion here is saying, okay, you're kind of leaning Simon this, I'm kind of leaning more Cody. Let's just see him go again and be more definitive and be more dominant. They've both learned something in regards to this. Simon, don't give him that room. Cody, maybe tighten it up a little bit. You have that proximity, but to your point, Jacob, refine it. Get more steady. Be more confident with it. But of course, we're not out there. It's easy to scrutinize and analyze up here, but when you're behind the wheel and you got that rocket ship of a vehicle, it's really hard to execute.
Yeah, super tough. And I mean, for Cody, I think even just getting a one more time in his first battle in top 32, that's a big win.
Yeah.
A lot of rookies, all they want is maybe one top 16 in a season, and that's a good year for them. He got real close already. So
getting the robot Watoro. Here we go. Masuyama is out the front in the Evangelion Racing in Juku. There's a whole page.
Yeah, the sponsor bar is massive. We had to print a second page for it. good problem to have.
All right, so the Njuku Racing Watoro Masuyama pilot, he will be going against, who was that? Was it Ryan Tuerck?
Ryan Tuerck.
And there's Ken Gushi. So Ken Gushi there waiting the wings. That is right before pre-grid, right before the burnout box, excuse me. So you'll see the start line. Behind that, you have the bob, as we call it, the burnout box, the dual bob. And it looks like Gushi will be pulling into it, or will he? Is he not running? I'm getting concerned eyes
getting
over
mixed
here.
Messages up here.
Yeah, I'm getting Steele second. No, don't go. I don't
Touching
know.
his elbow.
Yeah, he pulled on his ear. I don't know if that deletes the signs now. I mean, look.
We get a lot of information up here.
A lot.
And sometimes it's very confusing. So it's a lot of deciphering. So
I mean, and throw in again the addition of race data labs, and just the flaming and the flags and the shut up this and this. I mean, look, you boo because you care.
Yeah.
What is the Rick Sanchez quote?
Oh, your boos mean nothing because I've seen what you people cheer for.
Look at me, Morty. I'm a pickle. What, are you not impressed? Huh? What do you think, Jacob? I'm a beanie. I'm a beanie baby. I'm a beanie baby.
That impression's gotten significantly better since
what are you
It's so good.
What are you talking about, Morty?
not even going to compete.
Oh, geez, come on. All right. Well, Ryan Tuerck, congratulations on everything you've done and contributed to the Formula Drift story in the history books as we, again, inducted Dai Yoshihara just the other day on Tuesday into the Hall of Fame. Ryan, your name will be amongst that as well, eventually as well. Having drifted since 2004, so do the math. Here we are, 23 years he's been competing. Not a day oneer at Road Atlanta, but a day threeer because he was at Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago, Old Soldier Field. Wataru Masuyama pulls up to the line in his newly liveried vehicle. Again, Jacob and I, big fans of the anime series Evangelion, so it's pretty cool. It's part of that Nerve program. Get in the robot. Get in the robot, Wataru. Here we go. Ryan Tuerck will lead that Rain-X Toyota GR Corolla, the Rockstar Energy Drink Pilot. We're going to be jamming in the pits later on today, and he's going to be jamming on track. Here we go. Ryan Tuerck throws it in. Snap-on tools being utilized to build this vehicle. Taps that wall and then transitions. What a great execution with the tiniest bumper in the grid. Now transitions into those last two. Wataru dives in. Surges in attack, but has to back off on those last two. You saw him jump up, had to back up into 7. I'll tell you what, though, Ryan Tuerck under the bridge, coming out of that chute, really well done. Outside zone 3 and 4.
Yeah, a super epic lead run here from Ryan Tuerck.
Watch this.
Very stable. Look at this
angle.
Yeah, and smooth about it. He's feeding that car into every zone. He's not making a lot of corrections. He's not having to adjust a ton of angle. There's this smallest one there.
Contact.
There was contact. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely went for it. I mean, Wataru in the chase, he's doing a great job of mirroring what's going on with Ryan Tuerck, but the proximity's not quite there. So he's doing a good job of making sure he's staying in the shadow the whole time. That dive, it's a good timing on it. It's just a little bit too late, and that causes Wataru to come into the side of Ryan Tuerck. Very, very minimal contact. It doesn't look like anybody's looking at anything or checking anything out. Tuerck's like, just put me back in, coach. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, Tuerck has just such a... Again, with this announcement of him saying this is my last full season, it's not goodbye, it's see you later, I feel like he's got an exhale. It's like, all right, I got nothing to lose, everything to gain, let's party. Talking to him in the pits yesterday, he says, I just want the same steed. Like Stefan's always kind of this conjuring up something new, something different. He's like, dude, just give me the same car. Let's get back to basics. Let's make it fun, and here we go. Wataru Masuyama will now lead at Juka Racing 86. Now transitioning to BC Racing coilovers on the corners and going into outside zone 3. Masuyama, he digs deep as well into outside zone 4. These guys are alternating the position. Masuyama all the way out to 5. And you can see him really bashing into that wall. Tuerck taking a more tempered approach, going to those last two, brings it around that finish line. Masuyama, you can hear him just absolutely standing on the throttle on the go fast pedal. Just you hear him hitting that rev limiter. Ryan, like I said, I think in the last one he took the tempered approach as opposed to Wataru coming in and banging doors. But let's take a look at it again here with our racer replay.
Yeah, it may come down to that last zone and that little bit of contact. Wataru going pretty wide there through our first inside zone. And that might be it, but Tuerck does a good job of catching back up. Wataru on a great line throughout the rest of it. Now, when you cut out that zone, whenever you kind of cut line or change up the line that's dictated by the judges, you're going to be able to pick up a lot of speed, and I think that's why I was able to pull a bit of gap on Ryan Tuerck through a lot of this run. But initiation looks good, but Wataru, we want them coming through that section. It's a great arc all the way out, but you still miss an entire zone. Ryan Tuerck in the chase, doing a good job of mirroring everything out. Doesn't get the proximity, but to me, that lack of proximity comes from Wataru missing a zone that allowed him to pick up a bunch of speed. So it's still a tough one. Wataru with a couple of mistakes, but happy to see him back out here.
Yeah.
After a bit of time off, came back, had a partial season last year filling in. And I think everyone was stoked to see him come back, and he was driving like a madman.
Yeah, it was like, dude, where have you been, bro? Like, dude, what's going on? Ryan Tuerck gets the win and advances on. And like I said, that it worked out for him that he took the tempered approach as opposed to Wataru being a little more aggressive. And I'll tell you, from a style standpoint, Ryan's just seemed more precise and more clinical. Wataru seemed a bit more chaotic. Great, exciting, but just apples to apples. rightfully so, Ryan Tuerck gets the win.
Yeah, 100% agree with that. It was still cool to see. Big fan of his driving.
Yep.
There's Ryan Tuerck going in for an inspection. So for those that don't know, at any point in time in competition, a driver can be pulled in for a tech inspection. They go over the car, they check the tires, they'll check kind of everything just to make sure they're within spec with things like weight. And it's not very often we hear of anything coming off of those scales that's incorrect, but got to keep everybody honest.
You know what? I know he had a big breakfast. He might be tipping the scales. I saw him down there. It was an all-you-can-eat buffet. I saw Ryan just housing eggs, dude. Weird. And he's a big pepper guy. I think he had like 4 peppers. He eats raw peppers.
I know. One of my favorite clips, there was like a side shot years ago, and he's just a full red bell pepper. He's just
still fires off, dude. Like we did a Snap-on shoot. He's part of the Snap-on Tools program. He's been using Snap-on Tools for a while, but now it's officially on the car. So super stoked that Joe, Paige, Corey, Randy, and Grant are all here. So again, super excited to have him on that. But peppers at the shop, dude.
Yeah. Now fans are just going to leave bags of peppers on his car. Please do it.
All right, Daniel Stuke and Brandon Sorensen. I'll tell you what, Brandon Sorensen's execution of qualifying yesterday was probably the most, I keep using this word, clinical. It was just tidy. It was aggressive. His execution going from 5 to 6 to 7, those last 3, the outside zone and then going to last 2 was so sick. It was so well done. It was very impressive. So if he does that again, I'm stoked.
Super clinical. I mean, really, it came down to his style points was the only reason he didn't actually qualify up a little bit higher. He had a very, very high ranking line and angle. He actually had better, let me just take a look here, almost on par angle with James Deane and very close when it comes to line, but style was a couple points off, and that's all it was. So we'll see if some style comes back here.
Man, we have so much going on here. Apologize, we got some delays here and there, but it all equates to a good time. Speaking of good time, at the halftime show, if you're in the building, Huntington Beach band Nice and Swell will be playing at the Rockstar Energy Drink booth. So go tell Steve and Jen that Jared sent you. So Nice and Swell playing the halftime break. Party down in the pits. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Streets of Long Beach are alive and well.
Looking for a college where you can learn by doing? The University of Northwestern Ohio puts the wrench in your hand and your future in motion.
I would recommend UNOH to anybody who wants to excel in this industry.
With industry connections, cutting-edge equipment, and programs in automotive, diesel, high performance, robotics, and more, this is education that works.
You will come to this school and you will leave 10 times what you were when you came here.
Apply now at unoh.edu.
At the limit, performance tells the truth. From the drift track to off-road to the open road, Kenda engineers its tires where failure is not an option. Vesda Performance, Cleaver all-terrain. One engineering standard, professional grade. From the podium to the pavement. Kenda, find your retailer at kendatire.com.
Get out there and have fun. Because you've got McGuire's. And we've got your back. From wash, to paint care, to maintenance and more, McGuire's has your hybrid ceramic solution for every adventure. McGuire's, reflect your passion.
Drifting is not just a sport, it's culture, it's in our blood.
Here we go, Andy Hateley. Oh, he is riding that tire right on that white line.
Tires are what we live and breathe in Formula D. We couldn't do this without them.
parts fast? O'Reilly Auto Parts is fast. Need them now? We got now. No matter what you need, we have thousands of professional parts people doing their part to make sure you have it. We're O'Reilly Fast. Just one part that makes O'Reilly stand apart.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Welcome back. You can see the banner there. Long Beach Vibe City, man. That's right. It's going to be a packed house here today as, again, the bleachers, a little sparse here and there. Everybody's like cruising the pits and the paddock. I'm overlooking. I'm seeing Larry Chen 7-11. Dude, congratulations. Canon is part of Formula Drift. Everybody's utilizing Canon cameras for again, our broadcasts and things like that. And again, the Explorer of Light program, Larry Chen is one of them. He is a Canon ambassador, so super psyched. But speaking of legends like Larry Chen, looks like Lorette Nickel is with another ledge, Mr. Ryan Tuerck.
Of course, and congratulations. You are moving forward. We're going to see you in top 16. Hooray. Takes that pressure right off of you. How's the track setting up?
Track, to me, compared to yesterday in practice, I feel like it's getting a little greasy compared to that. I think yesterday we had our maximum of what maybe we're going to have for grip level here, and it's sun's beaming pretty good, track's getting hot, and I think it's kind of turned over a little bit to get into the greasier side. Not horrible, but just, you know, it's changing.
Okay. When do you think that grip is going to start coming up?
Probably not till later today, when the sun maybe starts setting in the sky a little bit. I think. It could change. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? It's Long Beach. Ryan, thank you so much. Jared, Jacob.
Thank you so much. Some great insight there from Ryan Tuerck. I know he's sponsored by RainX, and we'd love to see that product work, but not during race week.
Right, yeah, photo shoot, video. Perfect.
Yeah, great,
yeah.
fantastic.
Works great.
All right, so I was bigging up Brandon Sorensen earlier, but Daniel Stuke, I know you're a fan of this car, talking about the weight, the power to weight ratio, all that dictates, you know, tire size, all these things. Stuke running his own program. He had a partner before, now, boom, he's doing it himself. But Brandon Sorensen, I'll tell you what, they are driving a lot, and the way he drove in qualifying, it was really well done. Brandon gets out to that wall. Daniel Stuke, a little early transition that threw him off in that chase position. There goes Brandon. Oh, he backed it into 5. I bigged him up into 6 and 7. Stuke shut it down. Don't know if he was affected by Brandon, but I want to run it back and take a look because, again, that transition from 3 to 4 under the bridge looked like Stuke kind of little premature transition going into 4, and then Brandon backed it into 5.
Well, this can start to become a bit of an argument about an unchaseable lead. If Brandon Sorensen put it that much in the wall, what was Stuke supposed to do? Everything looks really good for Brandon Sorensen. You can see here he actually has to let off a little bit, and the car starts to float out towards the wall on a pretty good pace. So Stuke didn't really have a lot to go. I mean, he could have checked up a little bit more. It looks like Stuke's closing pretty well through this section and just over-rotates. It's a tough call. Now, this is where the judges are able to go back, utilize the Wally system to start to look and see, hey, is Brandon Sorensen decelling in this area? Is he doing something that he's not supposed to do? In previous years, we had things like the light indicators. Now we just have the raw data we can look at, basically frame by frame, and run back through. So we'll know in a little bit. At this point, it's like, you know what, let's just see how the rest of the battle goes, see what happens on this next run, and then maybe we have to go back and visit it, maybe we don't, who knows?
Like you said, this inactive, holy cow, look at that back right end. I was really bigging him up there going in. That might be the announcer's curse. I apologize, Brandon, but you know, you got to deliver, stand and deliver.
maybe he's gonna start saying negative things about people and then they'll ride better? No? Is that not how it works?
I don't think that's...
Okay. Yeah, I don't want to do it either.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
Yeah, Sorensen camp, they might come find me. Daniel Stuke out front in that Kenda S chassis. The S15 goes in. Brandon now drops into formation. Stuke taps that wall. The bumper bounces back into 4. Now look at Brandon tucking into that pocket. Really good execution there for him. Now transitioning past and into those final 2. Brandon, good proximity. That was good. So again, that you saw him right there in that pocket. He transitioned, he timed it perfectly. But as you said, on that first run, did Brandon justify with that contact an unchaseable lead run? I think he was aggressive. The judges have to analyze it. I mean, he, again, got out there, did that throw Daniel Stuke off. Let's take a look at it regardless. This is the second run.
Yeah, everything looks really good here for Stuke. I love the angle that he's putting in all the way through 1 and 2. Holds that well, throws a bit more angle at 3, and then through 4, things are looking pretty steady as he pushes out towards 5. And Brandon Sorensen, the entire time, he's right there. Great job at doing the mirror, great job mimicking everything, and it looks like Stuke just goes a bit wide on our final inside zone total. But yeah, solid run from both drivers. I really like how aggressive Brandon is in the chase, but he's still calculated. He doesn't do anything that's silly, doesn't get out of spec. He just drives his run all the way through, watches and waits for Stuke to make the transition, and does a good job of transitioning back out. So I'm sure Brandon's sitting there, concerned with him backing in. He probably is aware that Stuke spun out behind him, but there's always going to be that spot in your mind where you go, well, am I going to be deemed at fault for that? So I'm sure both of them are a little bit stressed out at this point, not knowing exactly how it's going to be deemed at fault for that first run, but the judges are conferring about that right now.
Pushing in the numbers and doing it all in. And we are taking a look. So again, the judges utilizing all the resources, the different angles. We have 2 drones. Again, Justin Smash, Aaron Jesse. Smash is the FPV, looking really fast and nimble, almost video game. He drops in on the buildings. Aaron is what we call the truth serum. That's that eye in the sky that's just gonna be locked and get that real overhead, locked in view, seeing the angle, the attitude of the cars, hitting the exact line or not. And that's why we call it the truth serum, because it is definitely telling of where the vehicles are. You cannot hide from that eye in the sky. So as we are getting, we're inching along here, man. We are absolutely slowly working our way through here. So here we're taking a look at the Race Data Labs. This is their digital vision, Jacob.
Yes, this is the visual representation of what was happening on track. You can see the stats, you can see the speed, acceleration, angle, and angle rate of all the cars going all the way through. You can also see how it calculates out the distance off. Let's take a look here. I mean, yeah, pretty clean. So that would be Brandon Sorensen in the chase, Daniel Stuke up front. You can, tell by the chassis. And this is what the judges are also able to use to be able to go back in the replays, figure out what happened, if a car was accelerating or decelerating, or if they're adding angle or removing angle. There's a lot of stats they can pull up. There's also a version of this that looks like a giant spreadsheet that goes basically every point that it picks up data-wise what's happening. So that's the visual representation of it, but there is a ton of data behind it that everything is read off of. So judges still discussing, I believe they're going back and forth over that first run and exactly what happened, and I think we got a call.
All right, let's see the verdict here one more time. So one more time. So we are inching our way through 32, man. And do you think, what do you attribute? I mean, we had 2 one more time, some incidents. So what do you attribute this to?
I think the driving has gotten so good now that it's becoming more and more difficult to make these calls. And I also think, obviously we had an incident on that one, but it also says to me that the drivers are pushing that much harder to try and beat their opponents because of how tight the actual battles are. So that's how I see this, is it's just become more and more difficult to win.
Right, here we go. This is the one more time, speaking of which, between Simon Olsen and Cody Buchanan. Olsen maxing out the angle, getting out there. Cody, some wavering, but that's what I was talking about earlier. He's got that proximity, he's diving in. Look at how aggressive Cody Buchanan is getting next to Simon Olsen. Cody, yes, he's a rookie, but by no means he's just gonna be a pushover. Welcome to the party. And guess what, Simon? Cody Buchanan is here.
Yeah, he didn't back down at all. I mean, if anything, he doubled down on that run to make sure. So let's see here. Simon with a big flick, but he sets the car up so well, collects that inside zone, and look at Cody. He's all over him. He is not scared whatsoever. Really like how solid Simon is through in between the zones. Looks like a bit of front wheel on front wheel contact there between Cody and Simon. So it looks like, oh, are we getting word that Cody is calling a 5-minute on that one?
Timeout for 5. Oh,
yeah,
man, a comp timeout for Cody.
It's a very busy spotters tower here. We got Simon spotter coming over as well. I think indicating there might have been contact, probably wanting to get eyes on their car as well from that. So yeah, just a ton going on.
Yeah, so very unfortunate, and we are finding out what is going on here. Simon Olsen, it looks like, runs the course. He's going to make his way back to the start line.
Yeah, so I believe Cody's calling a 5 on that one.
Yep.
Simon Spotter let me know that there was a bit of contact in the rear wheel, so they would like to receive a complimentary 5 to at least look at the car and make sure there's no issues. Basically, the way that the rule book is if there is a contact without an incomplete, both drivers are able to look at their cars. So if they make contact, but everybody finishes the run, we give them a couple minutes, go take a look,
Inspect
make sure
the vehicle.
If you need more time, you need to then call your actual 5-minute at that point. So just to make sure that nobody's going out there with a car that might be broken and then, you know, potentially oils down the whole track or something like that.
With Derek standing right there.
I know, but he didn't even look at me. It's okay. Hey, buddy. Derek, there's a big bill coming your way.
Yeah.
Yeah, read the rule book.
Do you think that kitty litter is free, Derek Madison?
Yeah, there's a whole rule written about this.
We're gonna send you. We're gonna send you an invoice. Look at that shirt. You say we're rich. Look at that shirt, dude. That speaks opulence.
Yeah. That says
I Meta glass. I don't
that says I
have
have a
Meta
yacht.
glasses. Party and H. Good point. Good point. Beer budget. Let's go. All right. So we are again inching our way through 32. Comp timeout. Contact was made on that one more time. And we have yet to completely navigate and see out the Ken Gushi Connor Shanahan deal. We know that Connor's out. He's literally sitting up here. He's talking to Ryan Sage right now, president of Formula Drift, and you know, just wearing it like a bad suit. Just obviously unfortunate, but he's like, man. I said, man, I know where Ken lives. He's like, dude, I would bust his nose, but he's too nice of a guy. He's too nice. So giving respect where respect is due. He knows it's obviously nothing malicious. It's kind of the, you know, the byproduct of doing business here in the drifting world. You know, some of the drivers are aggressive, as we are looking at Cody Buchanan. Ken Gushi still there on the front line. Are we going to see him just run his run, or is he just hanging out? Is he broken? You can see Adam LZ waiting there in the wings. He's going against Ryan Litteral. As, yeah, we are, again, you can see behind him. So Litteral, Adam LZ. And looks like Adam is bringing up to the burnout box. So this will be Ryan Litteral versus Adam LZ, and Litteral with a full refresh on his car. He's working with a few similar people from last year, a few new people, some veterans, and Adam LZ. Adam LZ pulling up in that Drift HQ BMW again, like you said, Jacob, highest finishing American driver. His career from an S15, stands out, doing pro spec, gets pro spec, rookie of the year, jumps to pro. Vaughn hands him the keys to a Mustang, sees some success. Last year, wins his first ever event with his own vehicle, with his own team, operating. So like, just all of these, let's call them, you know, just landmarks, just all these stepping stones to his career. It's pretty cool to see him progress.
I do need to make a correction on that. That was the previous year because Matt Field took second. So that's on me. That was a bad stat on my side. I know Matt will text me to correct me on that. Yes.
Thank you.
But yeah, that was the previous year. So.
And I feel like Matt is more American than Adam LZ.
Ooh.
I'm joking. Here we go. Adam LZ transitioning in front of the nose of that S chassis of Ryan Litteral. Coming through into outside zone 3. Ryan Litteral goes shallow in that transition. Now to outside zone 5, the big wall in front of the judging stand. Now transitioning to the last two. Adam, good angle. Litteral dives in on the inside.
Dang, a little bit of contact there right at the end.
Yeah, that's definitely that hurts, man. These guys are
going at
for it, man. I mean, we literally only have yeah, go for it.
Yeah, the initiation there from Adam LZ used absolutely all of the course to get out there. Ryan Litteral does a pretty good job to adapt all the way through, but LZ is just on an absolute heater all the way through, pushing super wide, and Litteral is not letting him back down at any point in time. This is a good one. I mean, Litteral had a bit of a time there in practice earlier on, and it looks like it's really starting to come together for Ryan Litteral. He's doing a good job here in the chase, but he's just trying to keep up with Adam LZ. That car is so incredibly fast, so difficult to chase down when he's got that much speed. But yeah, we're getting contact left, right, and center. Everybody is trying to get as close as they possibly can through every single zone. So I think we had a quick touch on that one. I don't know. Tough to tell from here on if there's any damage done. Well, there's a bumper that's off. That didn't take long. That's Ryan Litteral's. Another beautiful livery. He's always got like the stars and the specs in it and the pearl paint. Like
that's the IE influence, dude. Little us versus them, baby. Little Lolo Steez. He's definitely got a certain style to it, a certain swagger. You know, flying the RB flag just in itself, that's kind of a unique take. But that contact was there towards the end, but definitely a bummer.
There's our.
All right, the clock is winding down for Cody Buchanan. He, again, given the contact between Buchanan and Simon, they said that was going to be a 5-minute allotment. I don't know if that is his comp timeout or if that is the actual one of the complimentary. Complimentary, or he's utilizing his one.
Yeah, I don't know. We got so much going on right now between comps and freeze and contacts and everything else going on. So it looks like he's pulling off either way.
All right, Cody Buchanan looks like he pulls from the pits. Was that his comp timeout or was that complimentary? Was that his competition timeout or was that complimentary? He was using that? Okay, so that was one and done. So every driver has one competition timeout through the entirety of comp day. So he used it, one and done for Cody Buchanan. And again, we are 1/2 through the one more time battle of Buchanan and Olsen. Making our way, flying over to the convention center. That is the pre-grid area, the will call area where the fans walk in. So it's kind of cool when you walk in, it's like you got the pre-stage there, and you can see the cars lining up. Looks like Adam LZ and his team taking a look, inspecting the car. Seeing Brandon Sorensen make his way over there as well. And we are elaborating on the scenarios as they transpire of the different drivers in the contact, inching our way through top 32. But so many things to see and do here if you choose to join us here in Long Beach, making your way down here, or if you're joining us for the entirety of the season. But so much different activations going on, so excited to see what's going on, including Ford and the Ford Mustang, the Dark Horse and the RTR. You can actually ride along. I know Sarah Harlow and Travis Reeder, Formula Drift driver, is over there giving shotgun rides over in what we call the Elephant Lot. So my son actually over there announcing for Ford, so excited to see the family affair. And as we are taking a look here, this looks like Kenshiro Gushi in the burnout box. So earlier we saw Ken Gushi and Connor Shanahan go at it. Connor, excited, makes the jump to the Jerry Yang camp. Gushi in tow, so the contact here, Ken Gushi was at fault. Elaborate, Jacob. You got a lot of information there. I saw you talking to Ryan, if you can.
Yeah, without going into all the history of behind this rule, but essentially what we need to see now is a lead versus lead, because we had an incomplete on that. Connor had a lead run up until a given point. We now need to see what the lead run is from Ken. Connor is not able to come out, therefore he's not able to provide that chase. Right now, basically Ken's got to get around this track, and then we're going to have our definitive answer. It's a lot. There's so much going on right now.
But there are rules that are being adhered to, and the rule is lead versus lead, chase versus chase. And here's Ken Gushi. It's not a bye run. He's running a solo run without a vehicle in the chase position. Kenshiro Gushi out to outside zone 5, now going into 6. That's where the contact happened. So lead versus lead. At this point, Connor Shanahan, he was not past that point. So let's again, lead versus lead, chase versus chase. And let's take a look and see what the judges have assessed after, again, let's take a look. This is not a bye run.
No, this is still a judged run where the competitor's not able to come out because, yeah, it's a lot. This was a precedent that was set. They kind of nicknamed it the LZ rule back out here in Long Beach previously. So there is a precedent with this ruling, but I can understand how kind of confusing the whole thing is. So there was that incomplete on that run, but there was still enough to be judged up until a given point. So, yeah, and this is going back to what we saw previously. So you're comparing these lead runs, obviously up until the given point that the contact was made and the incomplete happened. So yeah, it's a wild one. We'll get a definitive answer here in a moment.
So basically, you know, if playing devil's advocate here, if the run stopped there, Gushi's judge run should stop literally where that contact happened.
Correct.
So because obviously Connor was impeded on, cannot finish his lead run, so it would basically be 7/8, or excuse me, let's just call it what it is, 5/7 of the run that can be judged with the solo run of Ken Gushi, and Connor judging his 5/7 of his lead run.
Right,
so mirror those over like a video game, ghost car versus ghost car, what would that look like? And then now, you know, taking a look at the data, utilizing literally the race data labs, talking about the digital judging, we are now utilizing, I'm looking over the judge's shoulder, we're looking at the info, they're conversing about what's going on. Anything else to add to that?
No, I think we just need to see how this ends up playing out. We'll be able to explain a little bit more. At the end of the day, Connor's car is not able to compete. They were not able to complete the repairs in time. So even if that win goes over to him, he's not able to get back out there. And we can start to see some of this information coming up throughout this run. And this gives you, once again, a bit of an idea of how the Race Data Lab system works. Yeah, coming out to each of these zones. And there's so what you're seeing with that correction is basically a data correction throughout the run. So once the information comes off of these Wally units, it's verified a little bit later on. So that's what that correction is when you see that car moving in kind of an interesting position. But that's where the contact is made right there. That's where that run essentially ended for Connor. So yeah, it's a lot. There's a lot going on.
Dude. I feel like, what is it when you have gravy and you add, what is it, and the plot thickens, you know, like when you make
like a corn
starch?
Yeah, roux.
We're adding a lot of cornstarch.
Yeah.
The plot is like thickening, like it's...
And admittedly, like this even is going above and beyond my deep knowledge of the rule book, because we're having to go back in history to the precedent that is set previously. So it's like reading a law, but then being a lawyer and going like, well, actually, this law comes from this court case several years ago. That's where we're at with this discussion.
The judges in the ruling book is always constantly evolving, round to round. Brandon Sorensen out front. Now keep in mind, this is the second battle of, as Brandon gets out there, taps that, because again, we had that incident earlier, and Brandon gets out to outside zone 5, and Stuke now transitioning into that final 2 outside and inside zones. Dude, Brandon's car is just hammered on the back, but you can see it's fiberglass, you know, so it can take that hit and keep on moving.
Yeah, these cars are built for this. They're pretty much disposable outside the shock towers, and Brandon looking really good. Stuke maybe not as on form throughout this run, but he does a really good job. I mean, he may have been expecting Brandon to pull a similar type of move going into outside zone 5, and that's why he's playing back just a little bit. So it'd be an interesting take on this. We'll have to see how this ends up playing out for him once we swap things around. But I mean, so far so good. A lot cleaner of a run for these two drivers on this go. It's it's definitely, I'm happy to get a bit more of a definitive run out of the way, because we're still on the left side of our bracket. It's we're not even halfway through yet.
No.
Man, I mean, we said there's a lot of changes this year, and there's going to be a lot of talking points, and we're living up to it.
Well, this is what's interesting about this track in particular, is the unforgiving walls. And, you know, when we saw round 8 last year, it really showed proof positive that we could build a track anywhere. We had this sandbox, this area here in October, and we built a track. We can build a track anywhere. And everybody really liked it because the walls are unforgiving, and there's no not room for error, but also no runoff. You know, you're not leaving anything open for discussion. You're in or you're out, right? And now the cars are making contact with each other, doing this. You got to keep it tidy. You got to keep it clean. It's about attrition. So I think once we get through the 32, ideally, I think the 16 is going to run a lot smoother, because now it's like you're fighting for it. And that's where 32 is at now. It's tough to move on to the 16 because of the caliber of builds and drivers.
Yeah, it's super tough. This is not getting any easier for anybody.
Daniel Stuke out front of the second half of this one more time battle that Kenta has S15. Brandon Sorensen, you can see him kind of pulsing his way towards the side of the F chassis. And you can see good proximity from Brandon into the last 3 zones, and Stuke transitions outside zone 6, and then finally putting a bow on it into 7. Not seeing contact. That's a good thing.
Yeah, there we go.
Neither with each other, and I didn't see anything too detrimental as far as wall contact from either driver.
Yeah, it was a solid run there from Stuke. It looked like he had to feed the wheel a little bit right after initiation. So gets the car out, tons of angle through there. And then once he lights the car up, he's got to feed it back out to scrub a bit of that angle so he can get into the correct spot. But he does a great job through that correction point. But Brandon Sorensen, he's all over. He may not have the closest proximity we're going to see this weekend, but he's consistent all the way through. He leaves just that little bit of gap, allows Stuke to kind of wiggle in front and make sure that he's still staying within a very chaseable area all the way through. So smart run from Brandon Sorensen. Stuke just getting very, very aggressive on initiation. It looks sick, but it did mean that he had to make a couple of corrections to be able to make it to the inside zone and then out to the wall after that. So yeah, we'll see how the judges pair this one up and what the result ends up being on that run. But exciting. Got a nice run in there with no contact.
But do we have a verdict?
I have no idea. Not a one.
Awaiting the outcome here, because, you know, digesting the first run one more time. They both had this kind of incidents. Let's just get a tidy run. Let's throw down. And we talked about icing drivers earlier, but here's all these drivers, more than half the field, awaiting the outcome to what's going on. And here we go, slide him left for Sorensen, or right for Daniel Stuke. It looks like Brandon gets 1 vote, 2 votes, and 3 votes. Brandon Sorensen gets the win. Sorensen advances on into the top 16 here in our Rockstar Enter Drink Top 32. Oh yeah, that's gonna be a real good one. In my ear, my man Kemp says Sorensen and Tuerck. That's gonna be a good one.
The old guard versus the new guard, I like it. Yep. All right, looks like we're getting back to our Simon Olsen, Cody Buchanan. And yeah, this is coming after their complimentary 5, and we'll get back at it. So we're now into our second half of their second set of runs after their one more time.
So we are 1.5 through, but regardless of the first battle, that went one more time. Now, Cody Buchanan will...
Yeah.
So this is the second half of the OMT. So Cody will lead Simon Olsen. So we are bouncing around here. Just want to get some clarification. So it'll be Cody Buchanan leading, Simon Olsen chasing the second half after their contact, complimentary Binga Bonga Boonga. Here we go. All right, here we go. Cody Buchanan out front, that Formula Drift rookie in that reboot wide open Nissan Z, and he reboots it and shoots it from the outside zone 3 to 4. And that thing really backed it in. It looked like he bounced off the tire and shot him into outside zone 4. And Simon Olsen says, all right, I know you're a rookie. I can't give you any room.
Yeah, no more messing around. I mean, I'm sure Simon's spotter just said, listen, just take it to the kid. Yeah. Show him who's boss, you know, give him his initiation into pro, and just show him what's up. But Cody he's going all out. Look at this. Big initiation, looks good. Great job in the inner clip, but just pushes a bit too wide. He knows he's going to catch that wide. Tries to add a bit more angle. That way he takes the impact on the rear end of the car and not on the wheel. Although there might have been a bit of damage, but he does a great job of getting through the rest of it. Could have collected that inside a little bit better, but Simon Olsen able to stick with him all the way through. And that's a scary thing when you're in the chase. You see a driver heading out to the wall that way. There's an instinct that you know of. And it looks like Simon basically let him put that car out towards the wall, held back just a bit, and then said, okay, let's see if he can hang on to this. Because there was a real chance, if he would have caught that a little bit harder, that it debeated, that you break an arm or bend something, and then the car is almost undrivable after that. So smart move for Simon Olsen, bold move for Cody Buchanan.
Waiting for the verdict here between Buchanan and Olsen. Think you have a victor?
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so. I think I know which way, but I've been wrong before.
Okay, waiting for the outcome of this battle, Olsen and Buchanan. And we have still not heard the victor between Shanahan and Gushi.
There's a lot of conversations between spotters and
clarification.
Yeah, and listen, we want to make sure we'll take all the time we need to make sure the call is correct. And I mean, the entire rule book is printed out right now, and there's highlighters and pens, and we're getting it sorted. But yeah, BC Racing custom coilover side by side. Let's take a look. A little bit of a reminder because we had that break in between. Big thing I want to look for, obviously, in the lead is those zones, and in the chase, we're looking for the proximity. That's how I'm going to judge this out. I mean, it's very comparable again. I would not be shocked now that I'm watching this one more time if this takes it one more time again because of how close this is. They're making contact in the same spots. They miss the same zones. This is as close as two drivers get when it comes to how comparable they are. Now, once again, they do have the Wally system that they can take a look at. When they come to head-to-head competition, there is a scoring system in there that is called Mimic, which basically compares the stats of the two drivers in real time and allows you to understand how close they were to each other. And it's not something that's an official tiebreaker within the rule book, but it is a tool and something that the judges are allowed to use to help determine a winner. But yeah, pretty wild where we're at that the driving is this close. Hopefully we get a call here as we get some beautiful views.
Such a sick shot.
Oh man, it's amazing we get to do this, you know, just outside the port of Long Beach.
Yeah, and again, thank you to the mayor of Long Beach as well.
I think, did we lose a drone on that dive? Because just blanked out.
Beautiful shot, and got attacked by a bird.
That might be the case. I mean, he came very close to that railing.
Yeah, thank you to Rex Richardson, the mayor of Long Beach. He was part of our opening ceremonies festivities at round 8 in October last year. So thank you to Rex Richardson. Also, you know, as I said, celebrating a birthday of Dwight Tanaka, but also want to celebrate somebody else after this. Maybe Victor, 1-1, and Simon Olsen edges out Cody Buchanan. So it was not unanimous, but Simon Olsen, the Norwegian driver, takes down the FD Pro rookie of Cody Buchanan. So again, Simon, congratulations, moving on. We'll find out who he's going against. Is it Shanahan or Gushi? Also, we just lost an important figure who has been in the Long Beach Grand Prix Association. He's our Long Beach Grand Prix CEO, Jim McKellen. He passed away at the age of 83 weeks before the Long Beach Grand Prix. So he just passed away March 21st. So shout out to Jim and his family. Here we go. This is Ryan Litteral and Adam LZ. Litteral leading as Adam LZ gives chase. Way shallow for Adam LZ. Want to take a look at that overhead. Kind of uncharacteristic for Adam LZ, but Ryan Litteral, great job out front. He's doing exactly what he needs to do. Ryan in the Energy Innovations chassis, he was out there quite a bit. Let's take a look. I want to get that overhead. Again, on that transition, going and coming into the view of the naked eye of the judges, coming off the chute into 3. Adam took a way shallow line.
Yeah, really interesting. I mean, two very different dynamics when it comes to their cars and setup and speed and everything else. You can start to see some of those stats coming up. But yeah, Adam not able to feed the car all the way out to the wall, has to get the car back into angle coming through. And then, I mean, he's trying to make up for lost ground through the rest of this run. Does a really good job throughout the second half. And Ryan Litteral, I mean, he's known for his style, he's known for his flair. And when you got Adam LZ, who's got an incredibly fast car, that's a tough pairing as a chase car. The lead car is going to be a little bit slower. They're going to throw a little bit more angle. And when you've got a car as wicked up as LZ and the Drift HQ team has, it's going to be tough. You've got to hold things back. You're going to be using a ton of left foot brake. And I'm wondering if he just mistimed and didn't realize that Litteral might have been a few miles an hour slower, especially through that initiation. So, well, Adam does a good job. I mean, that could have gone way worse.
Yeah.
He did miss an entire zone, but I think he made up for it through the rest of them.
We will see, again, Ryan Litteral, Adam LZ, waiting for the outcome. And the winner going against another Formula Drift rookie, Cole Richards, or TLO, Tommy Lemaire, with a newly prepared vehicle, new livery. I mean, it's the same Corvette, but just, again, that much more refined. And seeing what we got. Not even halfway through our top 32, but it's due to contact, aggression. Obviously, we had some fluids on track. Unfortunately, Derek Madison had some oil out there, but looks like working our way through it and waiting for the outcome of LZ and Ryan Litteral. Like I said, the halftime break, plenty of things to see and do. Head on over to the Lean Customs booth, pick up the newly dropped Lean pins. I know TJ Hunt just debuted a new vehicle that's going to be at Throttle Throwdown in Pennsylvania. Take a look at Throttle Throwdown. I know TJ's going to be there, the boys from Big Time, Job and Jeremiah. Tarvish is going to be there. Who else we got? Jimmy Oakes. So quite a few other drivers at Maple Grove, Pennsylvania. Take a look at the schedule. But TJ debuting a new K&N Supra livery. The Rockstar Energy Drink will be having a live concert. It's going to be pretty sick. My boy Steve hit me up and said, hey, come on by, check it out, as we are going to be seeing, again, live music here in the pits. The band's name is Nice and Swell. A little ska, reggae, punk vibes. So excited about that. But also go by the K&N booth and sign up to win a K&N Moto Compacto, a little Honda e-bike, so it's pretty cool. Taking a look, again, the Canon booth, definitely pretty sweet. And are you gonna go get us a bucket of cookies?
I'm trying not to eat crazy, but they smell so good.
Is it crazy? They're cookies, baby. Come on, man. You can't deny what the heart wants, man. As we're having some fun and oh so sweet, Lorette Nickel. Who you got?
Well, I'm having fun down here too, and Brandon jumped out of his car and said that was the most stressful battle against Daniel Stuke. Why was that?
Yeah, I mean, when you show up here, it's the first round in beautiful Long Beach, and you know, we're going through top 32, and the main goal of like the bare minimum is getting into the big show, which is top 16 into the introduction. So if we show up here, get knocked out in top 32 right off the rip, it's definitely not great for us. So now that we're in the show, there's a big weight off of my shoulders, and now I can just focus on driving and take you know, one step at a time, and hopefully we'll end up at the podium.
Yeah, absolutely. And you also said two words to me. It was unexpected and you're adapting. What does that mean?
Yeah, we definitely changed the car up a little bit to go up against Stuke. I didn't want the car to be too fast where I was like running him over, but it changed my lead run drastically, a lot more than I could ever have expected. But now we're going to go back to how we were in practice, and hopefully we can nail those 100-point runs every single time, just like we were in practice. So two small mistakes, but you know, they're behind us, and now we're just going to move forward.
Okay, how's the confidence?
It's definitely up there. Yeah, I mean, I'm super happy with the car. I have my own angle kit on here, and you know, it's doing phenomenal. The car's fast, motion control suspension in the back. It's hooking up. You can see it bouncing, and you can physically see the grip like rolling through the car. So GT radials on the back. We're pushing everything to its limit right now, and today, hopefully, we can you know, find that limit and stay there for the rest of the day.
Okay, Brandon Sorensen, thank you so much. Jared, isn't it so much fun watching the evolution of these young drivers turning into confident drivers? I love it.
Absolutely. The professionalism, the prowess, the enthusiasm, all of it. And you know, you got to take the good with the bad. I've seen Brandon very frustrated. It means he cares. And of course, you know, it makes me feel old, but also celebrating 23 years of the Formula Drift Championship. So love the introduction of obviously you many moons ago, Lorette. I mean, 10 plus, almost 15 years, right? And you know, Greg Bucell doing the grid walk. I love that people are loving that. Jacob, this is your third full season?
I think so, yeah.
Third full season. So, you know, just obviously the judges and everybody going on here, and they're still dissecting this Ryan Litteral Adam LZ battle.
Yeah, I'm wondering if it's the cause and effect at initiation and how that may have tripped up Adam LZ, where he's able to go from there. But yeah, it's they're running through basically everything. It's everybody wants to make the right call, and then that's the big thing is nobody wants to have something missed, and they're taking their time to make sure that we're getting to the correct conclusion. So definitely a lot longer than what we're used to, but.
All right, here we go. Oh, one more time. Oh my. Another one more time.
We're
so actually re-sided with Adam LZ, but it's another one more time.
All right. How long do we have this track for?
I know Ryan's car kind of just got painted, but we're literally watching paint dry here. I'm ready to see some definitive answers. I want to see some good clean driving. No punching below the belt. Let's not make it weird. Let's just see a victor. You like that?
I do like that.
I want to see clean, tight fights.
Your energy.
Keep it off the wall. Nothing below the belt. No funny business.
No biting ears.
See some driving, yeah. I'm gonna rip your heart out. I'm gonna make you.
No.
You don't say
no. Yeah. No. Anyways, Tommy Lemaire, Cole Richards. Got another rookie up here against my fellow countrymen in TLO. This is going to be exciting for sure. Cole's.
Qu'est-ce que c'est TLO? Tommy Lemaire. Here we go. Tommy Lemaire and Cole Richards, the rookie. He is going against TLO, a prospect champion himself. So here we go. Cole Richards. Richards Racing 86 comes in. Boom, through the chute into outside zone 3. Nice chef's kiss by Cole. Bang it. Cole, look at the Richards. It doesn't matter if it's his first day or his last day. Cole Richards executed that so well. I feel like he needed the pep talk. No funny business. Keep it off the wall. Give a little smooch because he cares. Kiss the forehead. Kiss him goodnight. Is that enough to take down Canada's own TLO?
It's going to be tough. I mean, it's a very, very impressive lead run by any standard. Not because he's a rookie, not because anything else. This is a very, very great run.
Pow!
The sound effects are really crushing.
Blammo!
Loving it. Cole Richards looks great. Tommy Lemaire, I mean, he almost looks a little caught out. It almost looks like he didn't think Cole was going to be able to put this out.
Phased, bro.
A little bit. I mean, you're going to set up your car, you're going to set your driving standard based on what you think that person's going to do. And man, Cole Richards is on fire. He's a quiet killer too. He's a very quiet guy. You get him behind the wheel though, he's a monster. And this is so fun to watch.
Great transition. That 5 to 6.
All of it.
That transition was so confident. And Lorette said it earlier, isn't it great to see just the evolution? You know, Brandon Sorensen, Cole Richards, with this being his pro year, just having him. I remember the first time I saw him at Atlanta, I'm like, who is this kid? Met his mom, met his dad from Naples. He's living in Georgia. Yep. He's doing this. This car has some history with a previous driver. He's working with Taka Ayano. Now he's got Pat Gooden in his ear. All these things. And all of that being said, the car has evolved. It doesn't have this big old slam stance. Like, not that he came in with that, but the stance and the attitude of the car seems to be more mature as well alongside of the driver. So it's just this great recipe for success. But now, Tommy Lemaire's got the clean air. We know he's capable of doing backflips. Don't do him in the car in that XBN Corvette, but he needs to definitely put down an acrobatic performance, sliding into outside zone 3, into 4. Look at that posturing. Really good, throwing the roadblock. Another smooch there from TLO. The Canadian pilot knocks out the bumper. Cole, look at him. Nosing in, got her nose job, knocks it off. Really well executed. That show you, like, go. You know, go gadget bumper, bounces off the front end, didn't impede on the flow. It was just purely cosmetic, except a little wink from the eye.
Years ago, Greg Bucell actually was the one who pulled me aside. You got to watch this kid. He was pointing towards Cole Richards. This chase is very aggressive. He takes a moment to really reel things in, but he gets locked down a little bit later on, and TLO out front looks great. Very solid. That outside zone 5 is phenomenal, and through that transition, that's a very Shanahan-esque, bumper on bumper. Very, very difficult to do, and I mean, you do it wrong, you get the Ken Gushi incident we saw earlier on. But yeah, I think Cole Richards, the big thing here for him is it took him a little bit to really get in the side of Tommy Lemaire. Tommy looks great out front, and this is what we would expect of him. He loves this track. He does well at this track. I think, really, it might come down to the proximity in the chase all the way through, because both those lead runs were phenomenal.
Let's see what we got here. Tommy Lemaire and Cole Richards.
Oh, tough, but it's another tough battle for these judges. I like a one more time, but man,
you shut your mouth.
We're out of time.
Jacob, you shut your mouth. if I'm a judge, I have a winner here.
All right, let's see.
Yep. All right, Cole Richards, Tommy Lemaire, slide him left for Cole or right for TLO, and Cole Richards gets the win. And I would just say that refinement, that confidence that Cole Richards had, both in the lead and the chase, were just a scotch higher than Tommy Lemaire. It's not that confidence is a criteria, but just that driving prowess. I believe Richards is the victor there, and the judges. That's the way I was leaning.
Yeah, completely agree with that. It's just that little bit of extra. Sometimes all it is that one transition that just says to the judges, you know what, he did a better job. He risked more style, more fun, and now we can start to see how things are stacking up in our top 16. It'll still got a few more things to sort out, but we are on to the right side of the bracket.
I didn't know the beach was over here was quicksand. We're just like clawing our way out of it, and we're just slowly inching our way through competition here, but it is absolutely justified. Aggressive drivers, homies up here at the top. Rudy Hansen, Jack Shanahan, boys from San Luis Obispo, Cal Poly Slow, I assume. Hansen and Shanahan. Seen Shanahan pull up the other day, yesterday morning. He's like, I'm tired, car's barely held together. I'm ready to make some changes, but I'm gonna see how this goes. Let's see what happens. Top 5 qualifying. Was he sandbagging us, or was it just like held together by T's and P's, talking about thoughts and prayers?
I think he knows how to set up cars so well. He knew what he needed to do, and he did it.
And Rudy Hansen, he is a fighter as well. Rudy Hansen chasing down Jack Shanahan. Shanahan comes through the chute into outside zone 3. Hansen way shallow on that transition. Jack using all the course, very fluid. You can see him working all the way out there, working it like water. And Rudy Hansen comes up shallow. You saw him catch up, but then took a shallower line around that peninsula, last inside zone.
Yeah, Jack is getting more and more comfortable with this car basically every run, and that's saying something for somebody who qualified 2nd overall. He's taking a bit more risk now. He's trying to get it a little bit deeper into the walls. He's entering the zones quite early. And I think Rudy Hansen does a really good job in the chase. He doesn't do anything too crazy. I mean, as always, I would love to see a bit more proximity out of him, but sometimes just that consistency of staying in the right spot for an entire run can win you something, especially if the driver that you're competing against has some sort of mistake. But you're not going to find many mistakes when it comes to Jack Shanahan, that's for sure. Incredible run. I mean, I saw last night they had the control arms off. They were tuning some suspension stuff. Odie was over there. They were consulting. Like, there's no let up. Just because, once again, he qualified 2nd. You think you would be like, okay, just leave the car alone. They're like, nah, we got more. Let's find more.
Yeah, I mean, I would venture to say with this new judging, you know, the race data labs, we're talking about the digital judging in contribution to the actual judges. Going from judging to tandem, it's a different style. They need to place the car in the same place, but it's a different kind of setup and a different driving style when you go head to head. Obviously, you need to be aggressive. You need to mimic as opposed to the solo run. So it's adapting to the environment. As Rudy Hansen is out front, Shanahan going to chase him down. You said he's got more. He's got to bring it. Hansen comes up a bit short in outside zone. Pocket. Look how shallow Rudy Hansen is. Unfortunately, that's going to be a big detriment to the outcome for Rudy Hansen. Looks like Jack did exactly what he needed to do. Rudy's car, unfortunately, gripped up going into outside zone 5, and Jack just got right into that pocket, slid right into those DMs, and it looks like all signs are saying that that Shanahan's going to get this.
Yeah, Jack does a really good job of being cautious throughout this run without being inactive at any point in time. Kind of sets up on a bit more of a midline, keeps the proximity, more or less he watches where Rudy's going, and you can see him mimicking even the wavering that Rudy's doing. When Rudy feeds the wheel, Jack feeds the wheel. So would have loved to have seen Rudy get out all the way to 5. He's probably got a bit more grip dialed into the car, knowing he was going against Jack Shanahan. Unfortunately, on his lead run, that meant wasn't able to get all the way out. And unfortunately for Rudy Hansen, he will not be moving on. Jack Shanahan taking the win.
There it is. Jack Shanahan gets the win and advances on into the top 16. And now we are still not halfway through.
One more time.
And we have the one more time of Adam LZ and Ryan Litteral. So LZ will lead. He qualified 5th. Ryan Litteral qualifying 28th. twisting screws on Adam LZ, and again, that chase run by Adam, uncharacteristic. He gripped up when he initiated into that outside zone 3, coming underneath the bridge, and that threw him off his line. Litteral continued on. Adam had a good lead run, and Ryan was decently there, but the judges said, let's go one more time. Let's make it definitive. Let's make it more concrete to really lock it in and advance on into the 16. So again, Adam will lead. Ryan Litteral will give chase.
Yeah, a couple mistakes from both. They need to clean things up, but we'll see how this comes out. Now, I mean, I expect them to step it up again.
Yep, so Adam, lights extinguish. Remember, download the Racer Plus, the Racer Network app to watch Formula Drift. Top 16 and on. Oh, Adam LZ taps that bumper early on. Oh boy, big hit. Wow. Adam, big hit. That's gonna be a huge effect on the outcome of this. I haven't seen anybody hit on that first wall, and he is just shredding bumpers, shredding that wing. That's frustrating.
That's a lot of sauce.
That is very frustrating.
Yeah, Adam obviously wanted to come out swinging. He really wanted to make a big impression on that, but that's too much of an impression. So right off the bat, as you said, even on practice, we haven't seen anybody do this. Big initiation, gets into it. I mean, the car absorbed it quite well, but then that second hit, that was it. That's threw him offline. And that is not a good state to be in. And Ryan Litteral is going to be the beneficiary of Adam LZ just getting a bit too aggressive through those sections. So I don't know if Adam's going to use his timeout now to take a look at it. Looks like he's making his way back at least to the starting line. But wow, yeah, he is going all out. Great job reinitiating through the rest of it. But here's the thing. I mean, Litteral can't celebrate too early. Can't get too far ahead of yourself. You still have another run to put together, and anything can happen. This is drifting. Every time we think we know what's going to happen, it goes, for lack of a better term, it goes a bit sideways.
Well, knowing Adam, it could go a couple different ways. He could absolutely just say, "Yep, there it is." That's Adam's way. He's like, "Screw it, let's do it."
He might try something wild here in the chase and just try and door Litteral the entire way around. Because, like,
I could see that too.
I could see that, and I could see. I mean, Litteral doesn't have to go crazy, and if Adam's going crazy, that could be an interesting stack up.
Well, Ryan Litteral, you know what? Again, new build, new mindset, new graphics, all of it. Look at this. What is rolling out the way, and we. Look at Ryan Litteral, and this is exactly what you're talking about, Jacob. Adam LZ trying to bully Ryan Litteral around the course. Ryan unflappable. Ryan continues on through the course, but it looked like we saw like the cone base spin off behind. It looked like that inside zone there on initiation hit that base, and that's what was spinning behind him. And don't know if it was Ryan or Adam that hit it. We'll get and take a look here at a racer replay.
Yeah, at first I thought it was as maybe a tire had come off, but it doesn't seem to be the case. And yeah, Adam really going for it. So let's take a look here. Oh yeah, Litteral way on the inside line there, catches that cone. I mean, it's not as much as it wasn't maybe the tidiest run from Ryan Litteral. I do think it was tidier than what we saw from Adam LZ, especially with that big contact. I mean, I would love to reward a driver that gets out to the walls and goes for it, but ultimately, it's got to be a clean run. It's got to be chaseable, and that's a tough argument to make if you're Adam LZ. But yeah, aggressive. Everybody is being very aggressive.
This is just a progression of where top 32 is at. Yeah. This is probably, everybody knows that like there's more eyeballs on 16, and as you get further on, obviously going for a podium contention. Yeah, what's up, kids? Thanks for coming out. Wave to the camera. This ain't Coldplay concert, dude. You're good. Whoa, hey, relax, homeboy.
Chill.
Whoa, chill, daddy. Look at this guy. Relax, dude. Sun's out, tongue's out? Is that the new saying?
I guess. I don't know what kids are doing these days.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought 6'7" was dead, and now we bring it back because there's too many dang clips. Ross Petty looks on. Ross Petty, Team Boso, OG back in the day. He's been growing that braid since 04. Here we go. Slide him left for Adam, or right for Ryan Litteral one more time. And Ryan Litteral gets the win. Litteral taking out Adam LZ.
Interesting, a one more time call there for Brian. I'm wondering if he stacked mistakes and said it was equal. That would be my guess on that one.
All right, let's throw down to Lorette Nickel. Cole Richards is over the moon, Lorette.
Cole Richards, welcome to Formula Drift. You are living the dream. Yeah. I mean, how are you processing today?
I haven't been. It's just everything is just happening so fast, and you don't get a chance to just take in everything that's happening. So it's wake up, practice, qualify, top 32 now. It's like, what's happening? So it's just living day by day.
And what's happening is that you are moving into top 16. Yeah. Was this track meeting your expectations?
No, this track is gnarly, to say the least. I mean, it is probably the gnarliest track that we have, right? But with the grip levels changing every time you go out, it's just, what is the car going to do? What's the track going to do? And just drive what you have. Don't total your shit. Oh, I'm sorry. It's okay. I can't, I'm sorry.
You're good. Move on. All good. Well, guys, we're going to see him in the opening ceremonies, top 16, the first for Cole Richards. It's amazing.
A couple firsts for him.
Lorette, what a potty mouth.
I know.
I'm aghast.
Can we get a? We need to get a PR agent or something.
Our little Cole Richards. I had no idea he knew that language. All right, here we go. Let's move on here. Jeff Jones and Nate Chen. This should be a good one. Jonesy, let's go. Big drift energy in that Nissan 370Z. Look at Nate Chen lifting off that front end. The big drift energy, Kumo tires, hot pit auto fence. Nissan Z gets out the outside zone. Nick Chen, he's a little bit on the inside. He needs to manipulate that car more than that. You saw him inside on 5, and unfortunately going into that last outside zone. Car gripped up. I mean, you could see the attitude of that car, Nate Chen's car. Watch it like pop up.
Yeah, it wants to go. It wants to eat. It wants all the speed it can possibly get. Jeff Jones looking real solid out front through this whole run. I mean, he's swinging it out. He looks nice and smooth. The car looks easy to drive. Very, very comfortable Jeff Jones on this track right now. And yeah, Nate Chen, that car wants to go. It wants to rip, and I expect when he gets out in the lead, he's going to try and unleash it and try and pull a couple of bus lengths on Jeff Jones. But the thing is, you can set the car up that way, but you still got to be able to chase. And when the car's like that, you're going to be hunting back and forth. You're going to be on and off throttle. You're going to be making a lot of corrections. So good job there from Nate Chen of holding everything back. I actually do like the way that he cut line there, knowing he wasn't going to be able to make the transition in time. Catches it a bit early, make sure that he finishes strong, door to door with Jeff Jones when they come across the finish line. So yeah, we're going to swap him around.
All right,
like I said, Nate Chen, I think he's going to be pretty quick off the go.
Yeah, Chen's going to try to really put down something. It's got to be flawless. And he's going to need Jeff to make some mistakes.
It's got to be Chen out of Chen.
He's got to be Chen out of Chen. That's his own motto. So he's got to live up to his own motto. Nate Chen in that 86 now. Coming in. There it is, the blueprint vehicle into outside zone 3. Does get out there. Jeff came up shallow. And Jeff, this is, oh boy, Nate shut it down.
I think so, yeah. I wasn't sure if Jeff got caught on the inside or Nate shut down, but little rev out of anger there at the end for Nate Chen, and totally understandable.
I think it's trying to find a gear. I think it popped out of gear and just fell on his face.
Could be.
Yeah, and that's in that transition going from 3 to under the bridge. Looked like Nate lost power or couldn't shift it into gear. There we are in the cockpit of him. That's with Jeff Jones, excuse me. It looks like he, definitely saved it from, but we'll take that overhead. You see a head shake there from Jeff Jones.
Well, even still, Jeff doesn't want to win that way. If he's going to take out Nate Chen, he wants to do it in stylish fashion. So Nate is on it. Good smoke line through here. Comes off throttle. Yeah.
Oh, Jeff, so this was like a Gushi Shanahan.
Yeah.
Oh. Jeff dove in on the inside. Did not allow him. I mean, that's my knee-jerk reaction.
Yeah, and this is
he's on the wrong side.
So we need to see if Nate Chen is really letting off or what's going on, because see, from that angle it looks like Chen shut down.
Yeah, you're right.
From the top angle, it looks like Jeff is in the wrong spot. It's tough to say, man. It's really tough to say.
Let's get that overhead again, because absolutely, to your point, on surface level, at ground level, looking down the chute, it looked like Nate lost power, but Jeff, so here we go.
Yeah.
Breaking down with our race data labs.
So what we can see is, does Nate decel? Does that acceleration bar start to go into the negative? It does just a touch. If there's a big decel, then maybe there's something there, but it's not. He's kind of neutral. And yeah, Jeff is just really on the inside. I think I think Jeff has just got a bit too much speed on that, and he gets caught on the inside.
Who?
Oh, okay, we're getting some conflicting stuff. I can't report on that, but we'll, everyone's got some opinions on this one. But I'm not seeing a massive decel from Chen through this, which would more or less indicate it's neutral. So realistically, Nate probably should be accelerating through this section and coming out, but I don't know. It's
So,
tough
yeah.
call.
Look at the miles per hour. It's dipping quite a bit, 42 miles per hour.
I would expect Nate to be accelerating through that point. So you might be onto something there with him popping out of gear. It would be interesting. Yeah, it happens so quick. I don't know if Nate, listen, if Nate wants to just come out and tell us what happened, that would save us all a bunch of time and a bunch of guessing. But to me, Nate should be accelerating at that point, not neutral. Neutral means that his speed is not, he's not going up or down. He's not hitting the brakes, right?
Coasting.
So yeah, he's coasting. I think coming through that transition, Nate's got to be under power and going. We did hear that rev. As you said, it might indicate either a misshift or a car or a gear popping out. Tough call. But Jeff's waiting for him to light off, and it just never happened.
Waiting for the outcome of this battle.
I mean, the upside with all this, Jared, there's going to be so much to talk about.
Yeah, I think 16. Once we get to 16 after a halftime break, it's going to be smoother. I think. Jeff Jones. So there it is. Jeff Jones gets the win. Nate Chen is unfortunately knocked out. So I believe that was the case as far as popping out of gear.
Yeah. I mean, I might go chat with Nate a little bit later just to get a confirmation, but that's everything's kind of pointing towards that or something. I mean, it could be clutch, it could be a lot, but
right.
Yeah. Either way, no go.
So Jeff Jones gets the win. Congratulations. Moving on, Big Drift Energy. I know he's selling shirts with his dog on. His dog needs some medical assistance, so he's got his dog Rocky on shirts over there. So if you're a furry friend, lover, so head on over there, pick up some swag and support the cause. As Ben Hobson and Federico Sceriffo. Ben Hobson, he was at one point holding on to that #1 qualifying position. Amazing, Federico Sceriffo. You know him you know him so emphatically as attached to a Ferrari, but behind the wheel of this BMW 1 Series, he's making it look really good. Here goes Ben Hobson, big angle from him, taps that wall. A lot of Pennzoil on track. Pennzoil, the Ultra Platinum, the official motor oil of Formula Drift. Pennzoil wraps it around Ben Hobson. So it's a win-win for Pennzoil right now. We know a Pennzoil vehicle is going to win. Which one will it be, the Mustang or the Beamer? Looks like
Fede pulling off probably for a 5-minute. So something's going on with Federico's car. We could see failed to launch there off the beginning. So we'll hopefully get some word as to what's going on as his crew now getting out of the truck and letting them know. But a big round of applause here from the fans for Ben Hobson. A fan favorite, to say the least.
Yeah.
A driver that it's taken him, and I want to caveat this, it's taken every driver that's gotten into an RTR a bit of time to really lock it down. But it's at the end of last season. Even James Deane, Chelsea Denofa, Adam LZ, everybody, Vaughn at times. It's taken a bit of time, but at the end of last season, we started to see it come together for Ben, and now it's really coming together for him.
Yeah, here in his 3rd season behind the wheel of the Mustang RTR, talking to our starter, I'm sure he's telling him that unfortunately Fetty just pulled right off in his Pennzoil BMW. Again, Pennzoil being announced the official motor oil of Formula Drift. So congratulations to Pennzoil for joining officially the Formula Drift party. And again, it'll be a Pennzoil vehicle. Right now, all signs are saying that Ben Hobson has a major advantage as we throw it down to Lorette Nickel, who's with Jeff Jones. How's that Big Drift Energy, and how's Rocky feeling about it?
I think he's feeling really good. Today has been obviously a very busy day, and Jeff, in that battle, you heard Nate's car. What did you hear?
Yeah, so in the battle, heard him either misshift or his car just popped out of gear. So at this point, I just knew I needed to get out of his way, tried my best to get out of his way. But more importantly, did you like my 360 yesterday?
Yeah.
Yeah, I goofed it at the end, but that was super cool.
Yeah.
And who else is gonna do it, right? I dare the rest of you. I dare you.
Were you going for extra angle points?
We got this new Wally system, right? and it's an overall angle point scenario. So I'm like, if I throw a 360 at it, I'm getting full points, man. I'm just gonna freaking send it. We'll figure it out. Yeah, why not?
You're the best. Okay, so is this Long Beach track setting up as you expected?
Yeah, you know, it's Long Beach. It's amazing in certain spots, and then it's got way too much tire down on the track in others, and it makes it terrible in some ways once it heats up. But it's Long Beach, baby. This is great. Love Long Beach 1. Love this place.
So happy to be here. And is the car running as expected?
It's Big Drift Energy. It's oh yeah, the boys are keeping it alive. We're keeping it alive. We got some new partners this year. We're super excited to have them. And it's just a good time, man. Kumo's back. All the boys are back.
All right, Big Drift Energy, big great energy. Love this guy. Jared, he's just so much fun to talk to every time.
Absolutely. Thank you, Lorette. As right now, a new vehicle for Odie Bakchis, that field suspension, Subaru BRZ, joining the Subi Mods camp. And you can see Connor O'Sullivan chasing him down. I mean, Odie has not skipped a beat. It doesn't matter the car. His signature livery is now dripping all over the Subaru BRZ, and the same Odie style, one of the best chase drivers in the business. He's now going to show you why that is exactly, and see if that does transfer and transition into the BRZ against O'Sullivan.
Yeah, I mean, he got into this, and it looks absolutely incredible, and he's adapted to it so well. It's just back to usual business for Odie Bakchis, and Connor O'Sullivan, brand new BMW build out for him, picking up a little bit of horsepower, feeling confident in it. Car looks very close to what it looked like previously, and his driving looks the same. Gets caught out just a little bit in the chase, catching a bit of wall, but is still able to adapt, gets back in the throttle, doesn't panic. And he's a driver that, another driver we're kind of watching grow up in front of our very eyes.
Yep.
He's gotten very mature behind the wheel, not making some silly mistakes that he made in previous seasons, and not throwing away a run just because one thing went wrong. And that's exactly what I see here from Connor O'Sullivan. Not a perfect chase, a couple of spots where overcommitted into the wall, but does a great job of still getting through the whole thing. And now he's going to get that fresh air. He's going to throw things down, and another driver, when the pressure's on, when they feel like they're not doing quite well in the previous run, usually come out swinging.
Oh, Soli. U.S. Army car. Yow. Nah, just did that.
That was good.
That was okay.
Yeah.
It was all right. I'll work on it. I'll go back to the beat laboratory. Connor O'Sullivan will lead. Odie Bakchis chasing him down. Like I said, one of the best chasers in the business. Just has a real good awareness. I feel like Odie has whiskers on his car because he could just squeeze into those tight spaces, just knowing exactly where the feelers are. And speaking of feelers, we are feeling out this track to make sure there's no debris, aka debris, out there on the course. And the Formula Drift track crew with their signature red shirts this year, so you know. Safety on the case. Like we're all good.
Taking a look. Anytime there's a bit of wall contact there, they usually take a quick look at it. And Chris Ewell up here, our eye in the sky, or their eye in the sky, watching over his little flock of red shirts, making sure that everything's all tidied up and we have a even playing field when it comes to this track.
Yep, there's the O'Sullivan camp looking on to Connor O'Sullivan in the United States Army vehicle. He will lead. He's got the fresh air. We know what he's capable of. He made the jump last year, and he is definitely a really talented driver. But look at Odie Bakchis. He is gunning for a championship this year. And look at him, chasing him down. This is what I was talking about. I mean, again, Odie Bakchis, his awareness is just, I mean, unprecedented. The way he has just such good sensibility, his body awareness. He moves that car like a professional skateboarder or snowboarder. The way he navigates it, he just has such good body awareness of the vehicle and wherever he's at. And again, making that jump to a BRZ, a new chassis, unfazed.
Yeah, very, very much so. He's able to know exactly where the front and the rear of that vehicle is at all times. Connor getting really aggressive through that inside clip, does a great job through 3, and even 4, I mean, could have been just a touch deeper, but extends out, has to float a little bit at a 5. I know the judges would have liked to see full power through that section, but I say that is better than having to absolutely put it into the wall. So good job there from O'Sully, and a great job from Odie Bakchis in the chase. So all things considered, a solid run from both competitors who are really laying it down. And here is our comparison. This gives you an idea of our mimic, our proximity percentages all the way through, and how they fill out those zones. So nice raw data feed, and you can see where Connor O'Sullivan was able to pick up a couple of spots that Odie wasn't, and vice versa. So good run from both drivers, and looking forward to seeing how this ends up stacking up.
And Here we are awaiting the outcome here. The fridge keeping it cool. The heat waves are on and looking
Look at that
fresh
stance.
right
That's a
now.
wide stance, my guy. No one's knocking
dude,
you over.
Relax. No wind's gonna affect this gentleman. Standing tall like the Formula Drift Hall of Fame trophy. He looks like a Wally. Here we go, the stack of tires as we are burning them down and finding out who is advancing on, who is moving on. Bakchis or O'Sullivan. Slide him left for Odie, right for Connor O'Sullivan. It looks like Odie Bakchis gets the win. Odie moves on. Connor O'Sullivan, a tough battle, but Odie just a little more dominant. We saw that chase drive. I think that's what really defined it for the judges. How we doing? Thanks for joining us out here. And here's the second half of this all Pennzoil battle. Pennzoil, the official motor oil of Formula Drift. Federico Sceriffo will lead. Federico will lead and Ben Hobson will give chase. The second half of this battle. All right, waiting, and you can see them waiting on the line. Making sure the track is clean and clear. Thumbs up, and we are clear to send. Click the stamp and send it, kids. Little purge of the nitrous there for Federico. Fetty. Not Fetty Wap. Federico. Let's go. Pennzoil, BMW out front. And
whoa. Oh,
restart.
Restart. Is that a cone hit?
Sleeping on the light. So
okay.
so there are 3 strikes and you're out. Basically, there are ways that you can get a strike. That one in particular was, once the light's extinguished, you need to leave the line of 2 Formula Drifts. 1 Formula Drift, 2 Formula Drift. Leave the line and go. Fetty was basically icing him. He went longer than 2 Formula Drift counts. Other ways that you get a strike is you leave the line early, meaning the lead car, or you hit a cone. 3 strikes and you're out. So if you do a cumulative of any of those 3 scenarios, you will then defect and basically hand the victory over to your competitor. Now keep in mind, the lead car needs to adhere to that. The chase car can leave the line before those lights extinguish to time it perfectly to be in tow. But right now, looks like we got a clean start here in the second run of this battle. Federico grips up. Ben Hobson gets out there. Federico shuts it down. Admittedly, Ben Hobson does not need to complete this run. Ben Hobson will be the victor. Unfortunately for Federico, the car shuts it down. And he said, you know, he's feeling confident from what I understand. He says, hey, if this BMW is working out well, great, awesome. He still wants to bring back Fiorella, the signature Ferrari.
Yeah, he says he's learned a lot. He's learned a lot about what a pro car feels like and what he needs to modify for Fiorella. And I mean, sucks that there's some sort of mechanical going on, but I mean, I think qualifying and practice showed us what Fetty can really do.
Let's make it official. Ben Hobson gets the win unanimously. Unfortunately, Federico shut her down, so the Pennzoil battle is over, but Pennzoil lives to see another day on the side of Ben Hobson's car and inside, obviously, the running gear. All right, so moving on, let's throw it down to Laurette Nickel, who is a very happy Ryan Litteral.
Well, a very happy Ryan Litteral and tight squeeze here in the hot pits. Ryan Litteral, lots of stress leading up to your battle, but you did it, you're moving forward.
Yeah, we've just been working really hard in the off season, you know, just cranking everything out of a 2-car garage, but, you know, just going over all the details. My team's working extremely well. Really grateful all of our partners to get us out here this weekend. Those new Kumo V730s are just absolutely killer. Spent the entire day yesterday dialing everything in, and engine's running great, better than it's ever ran, and it's ready to keep on going, stay consistent.
Amazing, so happy for you. Ryan Litteral, guys.
Thank you so much, Laurette Nickel, as we are now to the line. These guys, I remember Forsberg used to operate a vehicle for Castro, so the Destined Industries all-new Nissan Z of Chris the Force Forsberg coming through the chute. Jonathan Castro, Dominican Republic, Dominican's finest, chasing him down. Love the new black and white livery of Chris Forsberg, gets all the way out there. Castro inching his way to the side of Forsberg. Forsberg getting to outside zone 5, and Castro unfortunately pushes a little too hard. He rotates, and Forsberg brings it all the way through. And unfortunately, Castro with that spin. Didn't look like there was contact, fortunately. But
yeah,
looks like Forsberg will turn it around.
It was close. If there wasn't contact, it was very, very close. Castro trying to make up some ground, goes in for a pretty steely dive, and isn't quite able to recover. And I think we're getting a complimentary 5 there to Chris Forsberg. So first outside zone, first inside zone, looking pretty good there for Forsberg. Really getting things swung out there through 3 and 4. Castro's in a good spot, but maybe gets caught out a little bit in the smoke, goes to the inside. And yeah, he does catch the door of Forsberg. A nice little boop there. But Forsberg does a great job of being able to run through the rest of it and keep things rolling. So great job on that front for Chris Forsberg, who, you know, he's been around, he's been in contact a few times, and he's able to put his foot back into it and complete the run without incident after that dive in from Jonathan Castro. So good job for Forsberg for not scrubbing away the rest of the run and just keeping it a little bit more definitive for us.
Yes, sir. More contact.
All the contact.
There.
Maybe we're getting it out of the way.
Huh?
I said maybe we're getting it all out of the way.
Okay. Or that would be ideal.
Or it's just the appetizer. Who knows?
Ooh. Well, we'll be right back when the action continues here at round 1 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. Don't go anywhere.
Drifting is not just a sport, it's culture, it's in our blood.
Here we go, Andy Hateley. Oh, he is riding that tire right on that white line.
Tires are what we live and breathe in Formula D. We couldn't do this without them.
Engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? There's an O'Reilly Auto Parts. Turn left, Tyler. Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you don't want to do the repair yourself, we can recommend a shop for you. Okay, Tyler, let's go fix your car.
Auto Parts.
Vibe and live loud. This is what we are.
Tire Agent and GT Radio are giving one of you a free set of tires. All you got to do, scan the QR code, follow us on the gram to see if you won. The winner is going to be announced this Saturday before opening ceremony. Good luck. Burning tires? Awesome. Buying tires? Kind of sucks. Nobody wakes up excited to spend money on rubber. That's why Tire Agent makes it easy. Find what fits your car and your budget, even monthly. Less stress, more driving.
What's up, everyone? Bondian Jr. here. We are in the streets of Long Beach for Formula Drift Round 1, the 2026 season. And I'm about to talk to you about what I believe to be the most important part of the track here in Long Beach. We're standing out in front of what is outer zone number 1. This is where all of the patience, all of the line comes together to make it happen to connect the rest of the course. When you are in the lead, it is very important that you hit your mark in this zone and get your timing right to transition out into outer zone 2. So in the chase, it's extremely important to come out of turn 1 with a little bit of patience so that you can run the same line that you would run in the lead. If you get greedy and are too tight on the door and they bobble or they are a little bit slow leading, you will get caught up and you will end up shallow. So in my opinion, this is the most important place of the track and the rest just flows when you nail it. This has been your BC Racing Clip Tip. Whoa!
Some great insight there from two-time Formula Drift champion Vaughn Gittin Jr. He is in the building. He is not competing. He is cheering on his RTR teammates and his hired guns, talking about Ben Hobson and James the Machine Deane. I see Lorette Nickel down there with Christopher Forsberg. There was some contact between them. And what's cooking down there?
Well, Jared, that's exactly right. And the clock is running for Chris. He got the 10 minutes. We are at 6:50 right now. And Chris, as you sit in the car, some of the repairs were on the front left of the car. What was the team working on?
Yeah, so they're just double checking the front toe. As I finished the run and when I was pulling back, the steering was a little crooked, which tells me that there was an effect of the toe in the front wheel. They're telling me to straighten the wheel out. We're good. And then there was damage, cosmetic damage to the door as well. So we're just going through verifying any bent or damaged parts, and then we're just resetting the toe, and we should be all good. It wasn't a hard hit. We were on the throttle sailing out through the judge's wall zone, zone 5, I believe that is. And yeah, as we're coming off that wall and start to tighten up that radius, he just made contact with the front end of our car. So, but yeah, feeling confident with getting the car back on track.
Well, Chris Forsberg, feeling confident, you know that is a dangerous man behind the wheel.
We'll see if he is destined for greatness. His Destined Industries Nissan Z. We are now seeing, oh, this is going to be a good one. This is going to be a heater. Are we going to see a replay of Utah? Go ahead, roll the tape. Matt Field versus Dylan the Dozer Hughes going to that third outside zone under the bridge. Tit for tat. Tuck it into the pocket is Dylan the Dozer Hughes. Look at the Borla Performance GT Radial Heat Wave Corvette. Yes, sir. Both these guys rocking the heat waves, feeling the heat wave. It's a beautiful day to throw on the heat wave shades, maybe even the brand new Colby Raha model or the ones that don't scratch. Yeah, take a look. Feel the heat wave, baby.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what I was expecting in the backfield. Just absolutely coming out swinging, throwing that car super, super hard into every zone. And Dylan the Dozer Hughes doing a great job. He's aggressive, but he's not overcommitting. He's not getting in too deep. He's not pushing too crazy at any point in time. I mean, for him, it seems like a little bit of a safe run, but it's a solid run. I expect Dylan like all over people at this point in time. Really, and I mean.
Well, I mean, going against Matt too.
Yeah, exactly. You can have all the confidence in the world when you chase down Matt Field. He's not going to pull any games. He's not going to grab a handbrake in a random spot. He's just going to be all throttle all the way through. You know exactly what is going to happen with him. So great job from both these competitors. Love this run. Love this, getting back into it after the break.
Yep. I would say loose hips sink ships here, because talk about the hips of the car and taking down your competition. You're going to sink ships with some big angle like that. So we will see now with Dylan the Dozer Hughes out front. Matt Field, chase him down there. You can see him pulling up to the line. Dylan Hughes, that Royal Purple O'Reilly Auto Parts BMW. He's on GT radials. Both these guys on GT radials. So both on Heatwave, both on GT. And let's see how the Dozer throws down Dylan the Dozer Hughes out front. Matt Field, he's going to apply the pressure. Again, I feel like this is Field's season, man. He just seems to be in a cool, calm place. And there we go into the third outside zone, cutting through the smoke. Big angle from Dylan Hughes. That almost looked like he was going to loop it, man. Going into those last two zones, brings it on home. Didn't look like he was going to mildly loop it. He was maxed out on that angle under the bridge.
Yeah, and that camera angle is so beautiful for it too. What an absolutely massive huck into that zone. And yeah, I thought that was it. I thought he was going to be facing the wrong direction and staring at the headlights of a Corvette, but thankfully he was able to hold on to it. So let's take a look here. Initiation looking real solid there from Dylan Hughes. Inside clip looking good. Or inside zone, sorry. And all these zones look great, but yeah, that angle all the way through, hanging it out.
That was really good.
And Matt Field does such a great job of adapting to it. Now Dylan, unfortunately, missing a good chunk of outside zone 5. Has to get on the left foot brake to extend that back out. So fantastic job for Matt Field in the chase. He adapted really well. I love what Dylan was going for on that run. And yeah, I really, really liked how he wanted to just go for it. Just throw something crazy, maybe shake off Matt Field. And yeah, you can start to see a bit of a breakdown of those zones that mimic that proximity all the way through. And what a great job from both these drivers. It's fun, just fun.
Taking a look at the percentages of ticking the boxes and filling those zones. You can see filling those zones there. And now taking a look, new liveries for the boys. Great looking cars. Really cool to see. Just again, these guys both running Forged Star wheels. Both got some Momo love. So these guys running fairly similar, few similar sponsors, like I said. Both these guys know what to expect. Both looking forward, fixated, eyes on the prize. They might be homies, might be cracking some beers later, but
yeah, maybe.
right now, there's no partying just yet, yet.
And like you said, I mean, one of the most epic runs from last season in Utah. Oh man, I mean, that's one of those like FD history moments,
totally.
Like just locked in, right?
Yeah.
You know,
it was hysterical and comical, and yeah, I mean, it definitely blew up the internet there. All right, BC Racing side by side. Let's take a look at it again. The overhead truth serum.
Yeah, this is going to be tough. We got that data up earlier on to give you an idea of just how close this battle is, and really flipping back and forth. It's really, really tough to say. I would argue maybe. Oh man, see from that top down, that flick from Dylan looked pretty sick. But I think not being able to get all the way out to outside zone 5 might be that bit of a hit. That's going to come to be the defining moment of this battle. But man, that was sick. It's one of those like. Even though it looks incredible, maybe it doesn't actually line up with what we're expecting, but I'll take a flick like that on that corner any day of the week. The photo and the video from it looks amazing.
Yeah, that was really well executed, and that is absolutely body awareness, talking about the car body. So spending some time deliberating on the outcome of this, and I think it is absolutely justified. We got 2 clean runs, kept it off the wall, kept it off of each other's vehicle. Which way is it going? One more time. Dylan Hughes, the dozer, gets the win. Dylan Hughes, not unanimously, gets the victory, taking down unarguably a competitor for the championship in 2026, but the dozer gets it done in his royal purple O'Reilly Auto Parts Heatwave BMW. And again, that is a tough battle.
Yeah, super, super tough battle, but wow.
That is by no means an upset. That is just I think an equally matched pair. And you know, Dylan Hughes came out on top. Here we go, Castro out front. The contact was made. This is the second half of this battle. Keep that in mind. The Metal Dom Toyota GR86, Dominican's finest. Castro out front. Christopher Forsberg, 3-time FD champion in that Destin all-new Z in the chase position. He's on some new tires this year as he is ripping in his Kenda tires in that last outside 2 zones and wraps it and brings it around. Comes unwound. Both the drivers liking the new black and white livery. I remember, you know, he's, you know, when he kind of was independent, now he's got Destin Industries. Take a look, and the black and white suit looks a little raw.
Yeah, it looks sick. I'm a big fan of it. I'm a big fan of the way that Chris is driving this entire weekend. Really, really good job all the way through. Chris didn't need to be super, super aggressive, especially with the mistake that happened with Castro. And Castro had to be perfect. And this is a really great run from Jonathan Castro all the way through all the zones, how smooth he is. It's a very eloquent run from him, the way he's able to get through. But unfortunately, with the mistake on the previous run, it's not going to be enough.
And there it is. Chris Forsberg gets the win. Forsberg advances on in his Destin Industries all-new Z. Unfortunately for Castro, he is knocked out. Just a little too aggressive to tap, and he spun. And, you know, hopefully, again, Castro, we know what he's capable of. We saw him really turn it up last year. Got his first ever FD podium, almost a win against Minowa, but just a bit outside. So, again, very talented Jonathan Castro. All right, we are looking at 2 more battles. Speaking of Minowa, Minowa versus Andy Hateley, and then finally the final battle will be Aasbo versus Beechum. I know I'm going to be with Forsberg and Matt Field over in the K&N booth here at the halftime break. Sign up to win a Moto Compacto. Head on by again. All right, before we move on to our next battle, let's throw it down to Dylan Hughes, the Dozers. Moving on.
Dylan, a tight battle with Matt Field. What do you think made the difference?
You know, to be honest with you, that whole thing was just a blur. I just try not to think about it too hard and just go out there and push as hard as you can. And my biggest thing was I know Matt is notorious for being super fast down the straightaway, so I really wanted to try and focus on that and then just let autopilot take over. So Matt's one of the sickest dudes on this track. He's an unbelievable driver and a good friend of mine. So I just hate battling the bros in the 32, but you know what? It is what it is. I did it to myself and with my poor qualifying position yesterday, but obviously it feels super good. And then I just keep thinking about our little parking on top of each other debacle from Utah last year. So I was hoping that wasn't going to happen, but I don't know if he owed me one or I owed him one or what the deal was. But that was just, as soon as I pulled across the finish line, I was like, man, that was good fun. When this track goes right, there is no better feeling. But overall, I'm freaking pumped. I can't wait. I don't do very well at this track, statistically speaking, and today I'm looking to change that. So the Real Purple 2JZ is running awesome in this thing, and I'm just fired up to be here.
Dylan, thanks.
Here we go, Minowa out front. This young phenom, 16 years old, against Andy Hateley, the Drift Wizard. Look at Hiroya, nails it, ticking the boxes. Look at that, boom, boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, boom.
Wild.
11, 12.
Just wild. I will not get sick of watching him drive. Never get tired of it. It's incredible what he's able to do and how he's able to place the car just so effortlessly through every run. And Andy Hateley does a great job in the chase on this one too. He's very aggressive. He knows who he's up against. I mean, Andy Hateley is one of the oldest competitors we have on grid against the youngest competitor we've got on grid. And you've seen a lot of tricks before. But yeah, Minowa really floating it out after that first one. There's Andy Hateley now pushing that pace, trying to get back into the pocket. Minowa gives him all the opportunity to gain that proximity. Look at Andy worming his way in there. Gets caught out just for a moment. But Minowa setting maybe one of the best lines we've seen all weekend so far. So big kudos there to Andy Hateley for wanting to get in. Really, I mean, he does. He gets into the pocket for a good chunk of this run, and Minowa gives him an absolutely perfect lead to be able to display his chasing abilities.
Andy timed that really well, and that is that confidence at such a young age that Hiroya has not only created for himself, but created for the other drivers to chase and compete against. So it's really impressive to see Minowa out front, but now Andy Hateley, he's gonna really try to put down a banger of a run and maybe scare Minowa. Again, Minowa not doing an entire 8 rounds of the Formula Drift Championship. I know he's part of the Toyota Gazoo Racing Rally team, so he's splitting his time between multiple different racing disciplines, and we're here for it, man. Again, want to see wherever he shines. Want to see him shine brightest. Here we go. Speaking of shining, here comes Andy Hateley, the Drift Wizard, out front. He's going to initiate into the outside zone 3. There's 2, and now into 3. Let's see how it transitions under the bridge. And he, really nice job by Andy Hateley. Look at Hiroya tuck into that pocket, and Juku Racing, BC Racing 86, brings it on around and just right there. I mean, it's on rails. It seems like an RC car. It seems like a video game. Both those guys. And Andy, great lead run, but Hiroya could just not be rattled at all.
I mean, Andy, phenomenal lead run. It's just unfortunate it's against one of the most hyped up drivers we have in the sport right now. Andy, look at all these zones. He does such a good job. His line looks really good. The way he's able to float out looks really good. Every part of this run is very, very solid for Andy Hateley. Just Minowa is so patient and so calm all the way through the run. And he knows when he can make the dive. He knows when he's got to stay back, and he drives so far beyond his years. But yeah, I can't stress enough how great this lead run is from Andy Hateley. It's just unfortunate how, who it's up against. That's really what it comes down to. So great run from both of them. Great leads, great chases. It's a really, really tough battle, and we'll see what the judges think of it. had a ton of one more time so far, and we'll see if maybe we stack another one on it.
Yeah, does this justify?
Maybe.
I mean, there's still, it's not just knee-jerk reaction.
See here, judges conversing, trying to come up with a conclusion for this battle. And here we go.
And are we sliding left or right? Are we going one more time? There's a vote for Hiroya Minowa. There's 1, there's 2, and 3. So Minowa gets the victory. Andy Hateley, he knows again how talented this young phenom is. And unfortunately, he shows him how talented he is. So Minowa advances on with one more battle left. And that is Rockstar Energy Drink's own Fredrik Aasbo, the Norwegian Hammer 3-time champ, going against Trenton Beechum. Shine a light on him, baby. Let's see what we got. As the Rockstar Energy Drink Toyota GR Supra throws it into that first and second zone. Coming out into view, uses all of the course, transitions through. Now brings it very fluidly into outside zone 5. Now coming into those final 2, looks like Trenton Beechum was kind of there and backed off, just kind of pulsing here and there, back and forth.
Yeah, I think Beechum's still trying to find his pace in this car. I know they did a pretty good overhaul on it, and it seems to be a little grippier than what he had set up previously. Ryan mentioned as well that, Ryan Tuerck mentioned that the track is getting a bit greasy, and it's probably peaked at that point right now as the sun beats down on it. You know, the rubber that's in the track tends to sweat out some of the oils, and it can get a little bit slick, so I'm wondering if that's playing a part in it as well. But yeah, let's take a look at our racer replay here. Fredrik Aasbo, big float out for the first zone, second zone, solid third. Look at how smooth that arc is. Freddie is so clean through this whole thing. Like, there's no adjustment in the car. And Beechum, I mean, he's got to take advantage of that. When you have a lead run that looks that pretty, you've got to be all over the door. You've got to be on him. And to me, I think Beechum missed a bit of an opportunity in that. That is one of the steadiest lead runs we've seen. Like, there was no wavering, there was no corrections, and that overhead, you cannot hide a correction from that overhead view. It's incredible.
And that's that robotic Aasbo that we know. When he gets to that, like, and like I said, this is the Papadakis way. They just amp up throughout the event. So here goes Trenton Beechum. We know he's talented, but he's going against one of the best in the biz and definitely one of the most aggressive chase drivers. Watch how systematic Fredrik is. Look at him jump up to the side. You can see he's got good proximity, but Beechum pulling away from that 3-time champ. Good execution by Beechum. I think Freddie gave him a little too much respect there, gave him a little too much rope. You know, he's got to wrangle him in there, lasso him. So I don't think this is just a quick boom. Freddie gets the win. I mean, again, that was a really good lead run by both drivers. I think it's going to come down to the chase.
Yeah, I agree. I really agree on that one. Beechum looks good, very aggressive through the inside zone. And you can see Freddie just trying to get the timing right. He does a great job coming off of 4 and then out to 5, pulls a bit of angle to keep the proximity. Very solid through there, but it was this transition where Beechum really held that car out to angle for a long period of time, and Freddie had to make the move at some point in time to get back into it, and does a phenomenal job of that. It's going to be interesting. I think, okay, so here's some of our scores throughout this whole thing. Fredrik Aasbo's zones are absolutely incredible, and you can see from the Wally system, I mean, he's got a slightly better mimic and a better proximity score throughout the whole thing. I mean, these stats tell a pretty interesting story, that's for sure. So, great job from both drivers. Love the way that this whole thing played out, and yeah, it's going to be a tough time for these judges. Here we go.
And here we go. Slide him left for Aasbo, right for Beechum, and Aasbo gets the win. Fredrik Aasbo gets the win, and our 16 is set. Our top 16 is set. Speaking of Rockstar Energy Drink, we got live music in the pits, and it's going to be awesome. It is performance by Nice and Swell. It's a dope reggae ska style band, so head over there at 1:20. See Nice and Swell over the Rockstar Energy Drink booth. Grab a Rockstar can in the hand and enjoy as our top 16 is settled. Deane versus Higa. We got, again, we're figuring out Shanahan versus Gushi, Tuerck versus Sorensen, Litteral versus Richards, Jack Shanahan versus Jeff Jones, Ben Hobson versus Bakchis, Forsberg versus Hughes, and Haroya Minowa and Frederick Aasbo. And Lorette Nickel is with the new Subaru BRZ driver, Bakchis.
Yeah, the Subaru BRZ Bakchis. How is this new chassis performing for you?
It's performing really well. Obviously, testing, you could go testing as much as you can and as much time as you can fill testing, but when you're pitted against pro level cars on a track that has a lot of rubber, a lot of grip, man, that testing data, sometimes you just have to start from scratch. And yes, we tried a lot of different settings. We understood the cause and effect of the car, but we didn't know at what magnitude we're gonna have to employ some of those things that we learned and how it's gonna react when there's that much grip on the track and you're being pushed that hard. So it's a little nerve-wracking as we go deeper into battles, even going into qualifying. Like, okay, we changed some stuff on the car. Is it going to react the way it did in testing? And I'm happy to say it's reacting really well. But I'm not going to lie. Like, oh, we've done everything that we could. We've ran through everything. We've put in these same conditions. That's not true. Like, this is top-level drifting. It's hard to replicate during testing. So now it's like, okay, but it feels so good. I came out thrilled. Like, after qualifying, came out thrilled after top 32, like, hey, we did things right. Like, it's working. So it feels amazing. It feels really good to set up a car and have it work really well.
So happy for you, and we'll see you in top 16.
Thank you so much, Lorette. Good luck to you, Bakchis. He will be going against, it looks like, Ben Hobson. Local time is 1 o'clock, so we'll see you back here in about an hour and a half for our top 16 opening ceremonies, round 1 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. Myself, Jared Deane, with my co-host Jacob Gens, Lorette Nickel, our field reporter, Greg Bucell doing the grid walk earlier. And again, congratulations, Dai Yoshihara, our 2026 Formula Drift Hall of Fame inductee. We'll see you in about an hour and a half for the continuation of round 1 of the Formula Drift Pro Championship. Send it, Formula Drift Nation.